Yeah.
You got a lot of work to do?
Yeah. I gotta water grass, pick stuff up, pick sticks, chairs, all kinds of stuff up.
What about the chickens? You gonna feed them?
Yeah.
You do? What about the eggs?
Yeah, I'm gonna check them. I'm gonna check the mail.
Well, I already checked the mail.
Okay. Any?
Yeah, we did get a few things. Bills.
Okay, I'm gonna run over there and water the grass over there. I'll be in the time 1. Okay?
What time?
1.
1? Well, it's like, it's 5:40 right now.
Yeah. Anyways, I gotta hurry and pick some sticks up and water the grass.
All right. Love you.
Love you, bye.
Hey, this is Zegler Grandma with another fucking weather report. It's hotter than hell out here. I got sweat rolling down the crack of my eyes. The sun's beating down on my titties. I don't know, it's so fucking hot. I go in the house, my damn air conditioner's fucked up. So, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I can't get no relief in the house, can't get no relief outside. I'm going downstairs and get me a couple of ice trays, and I'm sticking them down my titties and down the ice of my drawers and see if that won't cool my ass off a little bit. So guys, I'm burning the fuck up, and I'll talk to you later.
Where are you going?
I'm going to get me some fucking ice.
For what?
To stick down my drawers, see if I can get cooled off.
What's going on, everyone? It's Nina Infinity. Welcome to my channel on this Wednesday. This is Breaking the Narrative, and I have here with me two wonderful, wonderful guests, Michelle and Verbal Riot, aka Dante. Michelle's from Force of Light. You might know the channel. Thank you for being here. We have so much to discuss, but let's do intros first. How are you doing, Michelle? Good to see you.
Doing good. Good to be back with you, Nina. It's been weird. We've had a month off with each other, so.
I know. It's weird. It's so weird not to be with you on Monday nights. I'm like, I feel like I should be doing something, and I'm free. But I'm so glad you're here. So thank you for agreeing to be on tonight. We have so much to discuss, including our girl, Rachel Zegler. She's in the news. I mean, Blake Lively. There's been stuff going on. Diddy, the trial is over. There's just so much. There's so much to discuss. Mephisto's made an appearance, apparently, which I freaking died laughing at your post, Verbal Riot. So please, before we get into all that, introduce yourself and remind everyone who you are and what your channel is.
Oh, I'm introducing myself?
No, Verbal Riot.
Oh, Verbal.
Oh, yeah. I was like, which one? Yeah, guys, Verbal Riot show. You've seen me around a bunch of times. Just finished Georgia show. I'm always on Film Thread. I do my own show on Thursdays. Follow me on YouTube, Rumble, and X. And yeah, I'm ready to get into this shit.
Woo, so much stuff to talk about. Okay, first, this isn't even supposed to be part of the topics, but discuss with me there, Dante, how you felt when you finally saw Mephisto revealed in the MCU, because I know you're probably one of the only people watching Ironheart. So for my audience, let everyone know what's going on.
Well, I actually saw all 6 episodes 2 weeks ago. So I'm watching everybody else kind of catch up to it. And
wow.
And
oh wait, so you had access, is what you're telling me? Like you're one of the access people? Is that what you're telling me right now?
Yes, I'm one of those people. I have the access, but I'm not liked though. It's almost like I kind of have to have the access just because I'm black, right?
Oh,
it's
okay.
like they can't deny me, you know. Otherwise, they'll look like they're racist, which
Sure.
Hollywood
Or
mostly is,
especially
even though
for
they
a
try to
show like
hide it.
Ironheart. Yeah.
But
I
no,
get it.
I saw Ironheart 2 weeks ago, and I want to say something then and there, but we're under embargo, so I couldn't do it. But yeah, it's funny watching everybody else watch what I watched and their
Mhm.
reactions to it, because you have two reactions, right? You have the reaction of the honest people who know that this is some shit, right? This is just we're garbage, right? And
Yeah.
then you have the people who are coping very hard, and they're trying to make you feel bad for calling out that this show is shit. So it's kind of fun watching both sides kind of go at each other. But no, I mean, honestly, just from a critical point of view, it's a terrible show. And yeah, we finally get Mephisto in the form of an image from a spoon. That is our Mephisto right there. The real Mephisto.
His human form, though, is, to be fair, is Sacha Baron Cohen. How did he do? Did you
Okay,
like
and
Sacha?
to be fair, I think he was the only decent thing about the show. I think, it felt less like shit with him on screen, but that's not a huge compliment. He was way better than I thought he would be.
Well, I mean, he's a good actor. Like
He's a good actor.
He has range, so I could see him doing well. Michelle, are you even watching this show? Are you even?
No.
Like, you didn't even watch one episode?
I have no desire to watch. The last Marvel show I think I watched was Hawkeye. I mean, how long ago was that? It's been a while.
That was a few years ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
actually, that's not true. Because I love the Netflix Daredevil. I gave this new one, I think 2.5 episodes or 3 maybe, and then it was just so boring I couldn't do it anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, mine was Hawkeye. I went I didn't even finish Hawkeye. Like that was like 3 episodes in, and then I was like, I'm done. I just can't do it anymore. Like it was over. But I did go back for like a couple of the movies, like the one, what's it called? Captain America. I watched that.
Oh, you watched the Falcon?
Yeah.
How was
I
that?
did watch. It was okay. The only reason I watched it was because Dante said it was like okay-ish.
And it was
okay-ish. It wasn't
great.
Look, it wasn't my level of hate, like as far as Marvel movies go. Like, let's say, for example, Mom, like Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange, like really high, and then like, this other movie was like pretty, like it wasn't terrible. Like I was like, okay, especially because what's his name did a good job as Hulk, Harrison Ford. I was like, you just can forgive a lot of stuff because you're like, oh, Harrison Ford, and he's having fun. So,
and he actually tries. He puts in
yeah,
effort.
he tried. So like,
no,
I was
really,
okay.
he didn't phone it in. And honestly, these days, that's all you can ask for from him. Is not to phone it in.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, all right, this wasn't like absolutely. I expected so much worse. That's why I was like, I guess pleasantly surprised. But
with that said, the bar is pretty low.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, please don't come at me and be like, I watched that show because you recommended it and I hated it. That would make sense. I love this. Oops. I meant to blow you up.
Oh, nice. Look at that.
Got my 4th of July glasses.
Your 4th of July. Yeah, because that's coming up.
Yeah.
Like in 2 days.
Yeah, that is coming up.
You guys have any plans?
I have no plans because I forgot it was coming.
I know, time flies. What about you, Michelle? Do you have any plans?
Just going to a friend's house, cook out, stuff like that.
Nice. Just like a little barbecue.
Yes.
So, Verbal, last thoughts on Ironheart. Would you suggest people watch this show?
I would if they're really young and don't mind wasting 6 hours of their life, right? Because when you're young, you could burn 6 hours just doing nothing. So, but no, I would never recommend this show. It's it's funny because you hear that term black fatigue, and I think it's stupid. But I think when it comes to Hollywood movies, I have black fatigue. I think I have. I think I'm just tired of the way black people are portrayed in Hollywood. And that is my black fatigue right there. Is I'm just so tired of this person came from the hood and they had a hard life, and this is their excuse for stealing or bad behavior, and it's totally excusable because they were born black and poor. I'm just so tired of that trope.
Yeah.
And Ironheart doesn't do anything to fix that at all. No, think about it. It's a show about the smartest black woman in the world, right? The smartest woman in the world who happens to be black and still has to be a broke thief, still has to steal, right?
Because of
the smartest woman in the world.
Is it because of systemic racism? Because she just can't catch a break?
When you're the smartest person in the world, there's no way you're broke. There's no you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
There's no reason you should be broke.
Well, unless there's systemic racism, though, right? I'm just playing devil's advocate because
in 2025, no. See, we can't keep using that. Not in 2025. We can't use it anymore. We're done. We're done with that.
But remember, Falcon couldn't get a bank loan as an Avenger who literally
couldn't get a bank loan, who saved the world. Couldn't get a bank loan, right? Because poor and black. No. I'm done with it.
You're living in the ghetto.
Basically, Verbal, what you're saying is we need more Carltons.
Yes. Why not? Why not? Fuck that. Why not? Yes. I'll take 1,000 Carltons right now.
Bring back
over another kid from the hood.
For real.
We need the kid from Bel Air.
KB just gifted a membership to the chat. Thank you, KB. Also said, member for 8 months. Thank you, KB. Says, looking forward to Toxic Femme starting up again, ladies. Superman next week on Tuesday. Can't wait. That's right. There's going to be a Superman. Since KB brought it up, let's talk about Superman for a minute. Michelle, are you still excited to see it?
Actually.
Oh, are you? Ooh.
I am. So I can't wait for.
How early? Like, when are you going?
I think it's a week before. I have to double check, but yeah, it's just a week. Not very long, but like a week before it comes out.
I'm going.
You're gonna have to come on here. You're going Tuesday. Okay. Yeah. Hey, you're gonna have to come on here and tell me all the.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm for sure. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna want to talk about it. So.
Because I'm mad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little mad right now. I'm not feeling all the clips coming out. I've been consistent with my position where I think people don't know how to make trailers anymore. I didn't like the first trailer. I thought they already showed way too much. Then they just started releasing clips of the movie. Like
out of context clips. Here's a 2-minute one. Here's another 3-minute one. Here's another 3-minute one. Here's another one for you. Today they dropped another one. And I was like, you know what? This is just getting ridiculous at some point because it's literally killing like any ounce of interest I have in the movie because I like mystery. Like I like being shown in the theater what I'm gonna go see. Like I don't want these spoiler clips. I don't want these out of context clips. Michelle, how are you feeling about it? You're still going, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm still excited for this film. I hope it's good. Yeah, I think whoever has been doing the marketing, as far as whoever has decided to put out a lot of them. Now there was one today that was like a minute or something, but most of them have been randomly 37 to I think 37 seconds. There's like a very specific time frame on a lot of them. But I just feel it has done the movie a disservice to give like out of context scenes that we have no clue of what's gone on before or after, and it just feels so random.
For what it's worth, I do think this is the one and only clip they should have released.
Yeah.
I don't think they should have released any other one. This one is actually the best one because it actually shows him being heroic. I thought it was funny, like when he like blew the dog away. Like he was like, where's that scene when he's like trying to, because he's like telling the dog to move and the dog doesn't move. And then he just starts doing the Superman blow, which is kind of funny, but also, man, you got to be really precise with that because when that dog hits that tree, that he could be just dead.
I know, right?
I guess that shows like how precise he is on the blowing. Wow. That doesn't.
Which actually, I mean, it's a cool shot. It's a cool scene. I actually have faith in this film. I think the marketing has been atrocious.
Yeah.
I don't know who approved this marketing. I assume it's James Gunn because it's been all him since the past 6 months. But I do have faith in the film. I think it's going to do pretty well. I think it's going to be a good film. And the only reason why I say that is because James Gunn does know his stuff. He does know his superheroes. He knows his comics. He hasn't really disappointed me yet, so I'm going to give him some leeway.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's not true. He did disappoint me once because I didn't like Guardians 2. I thought Guardians
Really?
kind of sucked.
Okay.
I
I was
like
like,
Guardians too.
Nina, go back and watch it in light of things today.
Yeah, there you go.
You will have a different view of Guardians 2 because I liked it a lot better when I rewatched it. I rewatched all of them when Guardians 3 came out.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Because I mean, I think the only reason I didn't like Guardians 2 was because I loved Guardians 1. So I was like,
Yeah.
so this one kind of sucks compared to the other one. But then I liked Guardians 3 a lot. So then I was like, okay, that balanced itself out. That's why I'm like, and I really liked a Suicide Squad too, which I didn't think I was going to like. And then I ended up actually really liking it. And he kind of showed that he could do DC with Suicide Squad. So that's why I was like, maybe he's going to be fine with Superman. I don't know.
I'm like verbal. Like my excitement has not gone down. I really have just always thought like, man, I mean, I tweeted that out the other day. Whoever is doing these random clips, like they need fired. Like this has been terrible marketing.
Thank you.
But I do think I do kind of like, I'll use the word he used. I do have faith in this film that I'm at least going to enjoy it on some level. I think this could absolutely be a smash because I think James Gunn, I clearly say like what's going on here. I think this is going to be a really good family film that you could take, like parents can take both their son and daughter to go see. I just think it has a wide range of what it can appeal to.
I agree. I think the kid friendly factor is going to be something that definitely suffered for the Snyder cut. Like they're the Snyder's Superman, I think definitely suffered from the lack of family content. I guess I don't know how to even put that because it wasn't something like people were like, let me take my kid to my little 8-year-old to see Henry Cavill as Superman because it was just so dark and gritty and not family friendly or hopeful or in any way, shape, or form. So I kind of feel like they've lost out a lot of money for that one. In that sense, this is smart. Now, but the other sense, I will say, like, just to critique this a little bit, my God, like the green screen and the lack of actual sets and stuff, though, is pretty jarring. Like, even this shot right here, like, it's so, I mean, I'm just so sick and tired of this kind of thing, but I don't know if I'm alone in that. How do you guys feel about this? Do you think this is just way too over top CG?
I mean, when you're talking about a kaiju, I mean, there's always going to be some level. I mean, I know Godzilla -1 is the exception because that was a phenomenal film, but yeah, it might be, but at the same time, it's not distractingly bad for me. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, because there's distractingly bad CGI, and then there's just
there is, and that's what I'm wondering if this is going to be. I wonder if it's going to be distractingly bad because Marvel's done a couple of distractingly bad ones.
Oh yeah.
And so has, like, I guess my worst one that I could say that I've watched was that Megalopolis one with
with Adam Driver.
Yeah, that one was just awful.
Well, that wasn't a good movie.
It was terrible. It was just terrible all the way around. Like, there's no redeeming quality from that movie. Real quick, Ian Soforth for 50 pounds. Thank you. Says, I'm basically an Arabic Carlton. Oh my God. When we meet, because he's supposed to come to Cancun at some point. When we meet, I'm going to require you to do the Carlton dance. Now that you said that, you're just going to have to be like,
it's not unusual to be loved.
You set yourself up, man. You set yourself up. Now you got to do it.
Now you got to do it, Ian. Now you got to do it. Thank you so much, though. That is very generous. Just to say, I'm basically an Arabian Carlton. Thank you. And then Brett is here. Thank you for $5. Says, hi, Michelle. Hi, everyone. Happy 4th of July. I will be at the Trump rally tomorrow for 4th of July celebration. Wow, that is very patriotic. So, that's good. You're celebrating your country and your president. That sounds very patriotic.
Take your
I
flag,
hope you have a
Brett.
great
Wave it.
That's right. I'm sure you got your MAGA hat on.
Oh, I'm sure July 4th is going to be wild this year.
Yeah.
I'm videoing it, Ian. I'm totally videoing it. It's going to become part of the intro. So I hope you know this. Sorry, what were you saying, Verbal?
Oh, I was just saying that July 4th is going to be wild this year.
Mm-hmm.
Because of all the immigration stuff. And like, I can imagine what's going to happen in LA.
Absolutely. There's a couple more things I wanted to cover about Superman, because unlike those clips that were absolutely horrible about the movie, we did get a couple of other things that were great. And I was like, okay, see, this is what they needed to do for this movie. We just needed all of these and none of the trailer. Stuff like this.
First time I put the Superman suit on.
Oh, wait. Why is this so long? Hold on. Is this like a terrible recording? Because I can barely hear that.
It probably is.
First time I put the Superman suit on, it was in pieces. It was the first costume fitting. It was in 2 pieces, sort of cut off at the shins. The S wasn't even sewn in yet. It was kind of nice because I think if I had stepped into a fully formed Superman suit on my first day, it probably would have been overwhelming. But instead, I felt like the suit got to grow with me and I got to grow into the suit a little bit. So by the time I walked on for the first time in the full regalia with the cape helps immensely. I felt like maybe this would be okay. And then as far as how the Superman is different, I think James's imagination is unparalleled when it comes to filmmaking, and the way he's brought, not just adapted the character of Superman to the screen this time, but the way he's brought the feeling of a comic book to the big screen is really unparalleled and unmatched so far. So I think we're in for a bit of a renaissance of comic book films.
Aww. I love that. Everything he said was like what I wanted to hear as a fan.
Yeah.
And it really like kind of put into perspective what everybody was saying about the suit, like how like the suit doesn't fit. Like, well, yeah, because it was growing with him. Like it wasn't the perfect suit yet. He put it on, and then there was like leaks and stuff, and then they were working on it as he's doing all this stuff, and they're perfecting it. So it kind of makes sense about the suit. And I like this kind of promotion way more than those clips. Here's another one, which is just sweet. Here's
the hello, darling.
Yeah.
Came and he went.
He came and he went.
She's
That's
ridiculously hot.
She's very beautiful.
A very good looking woman.
Yes, I agree.
She is hot.
Gorgeous. Stunning.
Well, and he is too. And there's so many girls who just can't get past Henry Cavill. They're like, he's not attractive. I'm like, you sound like a moron if you say that man is not attractive. Like,
no, Unicorn Sweat is definitely an attractive man. What are we talking about?
Yeah, he's an attractive man.
Very attractive man. He's not Henry Cavill, and he's not going to be Henry Cavill, but he's attractive in his own right. Like,
He's
I mean,
very attractive.
Blind?
Like, I wouldn't be offended. You know, I would date him.
But that'd be like a guy trying to compare like every woman to like, Sydney Sweeney or Anna de Armas. It's like, yeah, they're attractive, but there's other attractive people too. And it's a different kind of attractive, right? Like I'm sure David Corn Sweat is a different kind of attractive than Henry Cavill is, you know?
Exactly. 100% verbal. Here's another one.
I had the pleasure of exchanging letters with 2 previous Supermans, Henry Cavill and Tyler Hoechlin. Both of them, interestingly, sort of said in their own words, I'm not going to try to give you any tips. And I think that's a very Superman thing. Superman's not so much for giving advice or dictating how other people should be. They really just conveyed to me an encouragement and a sense of, have fun with it, which I think is Superman's way of doing it too. They were very encouraging, and we had a lovely exchange. And I'm excited to meet them one day. It'll be great when we can all get in a room together. I had the pleasure of exchanging letters with 2 previous.
I love that. Wait, who's the other guy?
Yeah,
Tyler Hoechlin. I'm so glad he mentioned him, man, because Tyler Hoechlin, he was on the CW show Superman and Lois, and I like that show a lot. That's one of the best like Superman things I've seen in a long time, and they actually did justice to the character. So the fact that he mentioned him, that's really cool.
That is, I mean, that's really cool that he sent him a letter and said this. Like, I mean, that's just also Henry Cavill kind of like passing on the torch is really sweet.
Yeah,
in its own way, right? Because Henry was such an important thing, like person for the fans, right? And a lot of people still can't get over it. So it's nice for him to come out and say that kind of statement to him.
Do you know though, like even just looking at him talk right there, something I really like about him for this character specifically, and I love Henry Cavill. I'm a big Henry Cavill fan, so this is not a diss at Henry at all. But Henry is so Henry that I don't think he could pull off kind of like Clark Kent is a little nerdy. Like he is. Like he's a little bit of a nerd. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it kind of an endearing way. And I feel like he kind of has that kind of, when I say nerd, they're usually sweet, like really sweet men. They're usually, they don't take themselves too serious. And it's like he kind of has that aura naturally. So I think it will translate really good for this character.
I agree. I mean, mind you, Henry is also a nerd, but I think it's just Henry has this like very, he's more like dapper. Like, like
he's very dapper.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I need water. Hold on.
I mean, Henry's basically he's too good looking to be a nerd.
Yeah,
right? like that's the problem. Like,
yes,
and not just good looking, but like ruggedly handsome guy. So I mean, it's almost like it's hard to picture that guy, like you said, kind of being nerdy, kind of being whatever. And that's why his Clark Kent wasn't that great. He was great as Superman, but his Clark Kent wasn't great, right?
I agree.
It's kind of like back in the day when you had like the whole Bruce Wayne Batman problem, right?
Yeah.
Where Val Kilmer
you still have that problem.
was a cool Batman. What's his name? That just played him in The Dark Knight. Christian Bale. Christian Bale was a good Batman, right? But then when you start talking Bruce Wayne, like Michael Keaton was a cool Bruce Wayne, right? But he wasn't like a great Batman.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. It's almost hard getting them both right. Batman, Bruce
I don't know.
Wayne.
I think Michael Keaton came closest to getting both right.
Somewhat. There was something a little off about his Batman for me, but I still love it. I still love it to death. But it wasn't like I think Ben Affleck was a great Batman.
Yeah,
I agree completely.
Even though I didn't care for the Snyder stuff, I think he was a great Batman.
I also think he was a great Bruce Wayne because he was
he kind of was,
Brucey.
So he was close, yeah.
My favorite line out of that whole Snyder situation was when they were talking about like superpowers or whatever, and he's like, "I bought the bank." Like I love that part where he was like, "Wait, how did you do that?" And he was like, "I bought the bank." Like when he gave him his house or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I was like, that's fucking amazing. Like that was a good line because that is Bruce's superpower was money. So it like completely made sense. But like for the new Batman, I hated this new one as Bruce.
It's terrible.
Awful.
Robert Pattinson's.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson's Bruce was so bad. Like his Batman was okay. Like it wasn't
no personality
awful.
Either way though.
Yeah. No.
It was just that whole movie was just blah.
I agree. I mean, like, I really like the cinematography.
That Nirvana song they play throughout the whole movie.
I mean, I liked the film. I thought like some people really hate it. I thought it was fine. It wasn't my favorite Batman by any means, but
Michelle's like, yeah, I hate it.
But there were certain aspects of it I really loved. Like for me, it was cool to finally see like the Riddler, be what he should have always been, right? Which was just like enigmatic serial killer for the most part. I mean, just completely nuts. Like he's always in the comics they played with it a little bit, but I'd never seen it really played out as well as in that Batman movie where he's more like Jigsaw from like Saw. You know what I mean? Where it's like he's killing you like if you don't solve these riddles kind of thing. I thought overall it was fine. It just wasn't my favorite Batman. And I think he is my least favorite of the Batman. So
yeah, I really like the cinematography and I like Gotham and I like there's certain parts of the movie I really enjoyed. I actually like
Penguin was great.
Yeah, I mean the Penguin was just fantastic, and from that one of the best spin-offs was born, which was like very shocking. Yes. But like generally though, the third act of that movie was just complete. It fell apart. Like it was
Gotham Drowns.
It was so bad. It became Gotham Drowns, feminist like fucking agenda all of a sudden, plus like, white man bad. Like it just became so weird.
Well,
Like,
I didn't like the Riddler's army of incels either. Like that was
yeah, that was, I mean, it just was
I
like
didn't like
one
that at
thing
all.
after another. I wonder if it's the times. Like sometimes I think about that. I'm like, because there's been certain movies that were made during that very woke era of movies, and like I wonder if that movie was made today, if it would be a little bit different. And I think it might be a little bit different.
You know what? I don't really know because I look, it's funny. I think with Trump winning and everything, I think people have this idea that all of a sudden things are just going to change, overnight with Hollywood. And it's like, no, they're still going to hold on to their stuff. That's why Pedro Pascal's still going to get cast and everything, right? I mean, they're not giving up the reins of wokeness just yet. So I think they need to lose a little bit more money before they give up the reins of woke.
Yeah, stop calling everything woke. Well, what else are we going to call it? I mean, it's
as much as I hate that
to-
word, I mean, that's unfortunately that's just what that's what it is.
It's a way of communicating what that type of thing is, because honestly, like there's no other word you can say.
I mean, you can say PC, but
PC, virtue signaling. I mean, there's just so many things, because like what we're talking about with Batman, for example, is like they hit they hit points. They were like,
also,
okay, we need to hit
let me
this.
define what woke is, because I think people, and believe me, I know I hear from black people all the time that that's not what woke means. I'm like, I get it. I know what woke used to mean. Woke used to just mean look out for the cops. That's all woke. When black folks said that to each other, that's all it meant. When they said stay woke, it just means when you're out there, be alert of what's going on around you. That's what woke originally meant. Okay. And I understand that. It has transformed though, right? And once it became part of BLM's, call sign, then it became a whole different thing. And by the way, we don't call everything woke. I don't call everything woke, but there is, I know woke when I see it. And I think we all do, because woke is preachy.
Yes.
Woke is obnoxious. Woke is pandering. So that's what woke is. And so when I call something woke, that's what I mean by that.
Yeah, same here. I mean, it's a lack of, for a lack of a better word, because you're trying to communicate something in a short span of time. So you're just saying woke, but it's an umbrella term at this point. It's not really like, oh, just black people are in it, or just women are in it, or like whatever. So that equates it to being woke. Michelle, what you were saying something?
Well, I was just saying, in that Batman movie, I remember, first off, I will say that Batman movie is the only thing that scares me, because I loved the trailers for that. I went in that movie so pumped to see that movie. And I think that's why I left, just like, at first I even said in my review, I'm confused of how I feel. And someone said, I think you're confused because you didn't like it, but you don't want to admit that. That was it for the most part. But the part that took me out was when Catwoman, and by the way, I thought she was an amazing choice. Zoe Kravitz.
I agree. She was great.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Catwoman. She's gorgeous, and just has that Catwoman vibe. I don't know. She does. But when she said something about his white privilege, I left Gotham City, went into the current time that I was in, and was like, really? And then I tried to get back into Gotham.
Yeah. Her whole monologue like just threw me off. I was like, oh, okay, here we go. Like, what the fuck? Like, what am I watching right now? But yeah, it was, I mean, I really hope Superman's not going to be like that. That's one of the things but again, the times are changing. So I don't think it's going to be like that, because
I think David Zaslav was like, it better not be like that.
it better fucking not be like that. We've lost way too much money on Flash. I'm not doing this again.
Flash, I can Batgirl. You better, Gun, this better not be like that.
You know what? Yeah. To his credit, though, Warner Brothers is having a great year right now.
That's true.
They're having a very good year.
That's true. They are. Demogenize here. Demogenize for $2 says, hello, Nina and Michelle. Sup, BR? Hail chat. Hello, Demogenize. Hope you're doing well. Also, right here, Main Defender, who's actually a supporter of mine on Twitter, Twix, says over on Rumble, Nina, someone with a burn account on X tried to dox me and my family the other night. Although they only managed to post photos of my old house and our old email address, it was still unsettling. That is so unsettling.
Yeah, that's
so
weird.
messed up. He also said it was only because we're conservative. That is really messed up. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get their account like banned, like report it. That's crazy. That's crazy stuff.
Wow.
When stuff like this is happening. This is why I hate social media on so many levels. He says, I'm curious if this has happened to any of you yet. I barely got 10K followers. Not to me.
No, it's not happened to
Yeah,
me.
not to
Certainly
me either,
not.
man.
That's messed up. But then again, I live in Mexico, so good luck finding me. Good luck tracking me down.
Yeah, and I don't care. I mean, you guys can find me, track me, whatever. I mean, I'm a firm believer in the Second Amendment. So.
Ooh. Ooh.
Same.
I like that.
Same.
Russell Holford 2 says, free at last, free at last. Break out the baby oil. Oh, my
Oh
God.
no.
Well, you know what, Russell? He's not free.
Mhm.
He's in jail and will be in jail until the trial, which just it just came out. Hold on, I will share this. That just dropped right before we went live because people have been going crazy about this, but he was denied bail and will remain in custody. I believe the sentencing has been set for October. This whole thing has been absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Have you guys been keeping track of the trial at all?
With some of it, but it's been a minute since I like really dove into it.
I was keeping track for a really good while too. Like I was reading like the transcripts like every day as they were coming out of the courtroom from Inner City Press. And I was following Joe Good Logic because he was in the courtroom. So I was keeping close watch on the case. And then the war with Edon started. So then I was like, okay, I'm taking a break from the Diddy trial. I really don't care about Diddy. So I went into war zone mode for a while. And then the war was ended very quickly. And well, it's on pause. Let's just say it's on pause.
Yeah.
It has not ended. It's just it's brief. It's on a brief break.
It's on hiatus.
It's on hiatus for a minute. So then I was like, okay, let's go back to Diddy, and I started like reading about the Diddy thing, and I think that Diddy, the trial was a shit show, for the lack of a better word. It was an absolute shit show. I honestly don't know how the jury got to where they got to without, like, if you've been paying attention at all, and if you're a normal human being on that jury, you would have found this guy guilty on all charges. I understand how this could, other than jury tampering, I don't know how he got away with anything that he got away with.
Yeah, I don't either.
What did you think, Verbal, about what's going on?
I mean, I haven't been paying that close of attention to it only because, at the end of the day, here's my thing. I think I would care more if there were children involved, because then it'd be like, oh, definitely, destroy this monster, kill him, right?
Sure.
That kind of thing. But I already knew that he was not going to get. Look, racketeering is very hard to prove in court.
Yeah.
And even at best, if they would have got him on that, I just kind of felt like they weren't going to do it. It wasn't going to happen. I knew he wasn't going to get hit with the big stuff, right? So then that leaves
I thought he would, though, because they proved that he bribed that dude in the hotel to get the tape of him beating Cassie.
Yes.
And that dude testified to that.
Right,
So
but that
to
could be.
me, that's RICO. I mean, what else is there? Like, you're bribing people to get
What though?
to get away with a crime.
Somehow his lawyers couldn't prove it. I mean, the other lawyers couldn't prove it, right? Like, apparently.
But that dude testified. They're like, what else is the proof? He testified that he took money from him. He took $100,000 to, hide the tape or whatever. That's a crime. That's bribery.
But somehow he beat those charges.
It's wild to me that I thought based on that alone that he would get the RICO, and then of course not. Like that's not how it went at all.
No, not at all.
This is what happened. So count 1, racketeering, not guilty. Count 2, sex trafficking of Cassandra, not guilty. Count 3, Mann Act, transportation, Cassandra Ventura, guilty. Count 4, sex trafficking of Jane, not guilty. Count 5, Mann Act, transportation of Jane, guilty. So just the transportation part, he's guilty,
what
but
does that
not the
even mean?
actual. The third count contains the Mann Act, a federal law that criminalizes the transportation of any woman or girl for the purpose of prostitution. Prostitution is said twice, or any other immoral purpose. Prosecutors say Combs coerced 2 girlfriends, including Cassie, into drug-fueled sex marathons with male sex workers at various locations. Transportation to engage in prostitution carries a maximum of 10 years in prison. So he got 2 of that.
Okay, I'm confused. So he coerced his girlfriend to have sex with a male prostitute.
Mm-hmm. Multiple.
Right? How do you do that exactly? Like, how do you coerce? Because
giving them drugs.
Because the male prostitute has to also comply to it, right? So, I mean,
there was the one who couldn't perform, and then he got didn't he get really upset? This was kind of earlier on, about a month or so ago.
Is this the Punisher guy or whatever?
Yeah, the Punisher guy.
The Punisher.
Yeah. He was like,
it's so ridiculous just even talking, but it's like I don't know how you and then the whole driving the person to the sex act is the crime. So
yeah, I know, it's so stupid.
So how do you prove that I'm driving somebody to a sex act? Like, how do you prove that?
I don't know how you prove that.
And then how did he not get found guilty for he clearly blew up Kid Cudi's car?
Right.
He broke in clearly too. Everyone, there's so much everyone knows what he did. This is why I'm like, this is wild that the jury would just sit there for weeks. And I mean, I was just reading about this shit and I was like, I'm sick. I feel ill just reading about this. And these guys were watching videos of this dude doing this shit for hours. And I'm like, how do you just go to the jury room and you're like, yeah, no, I don't think he's guilty? I don't know how the fuck that would work.
I mean, OJ was found innocent, right?
Yep.
So I mean,
that's true. He was. There was this one thing I saw.
That one made more sense to me though, because OJ, it was just the perfect situation as far as they got it moved over to LA. They just had what those riots that had broke out over that one. Who was the guy? I don't know. There was a lot of upheaval. So it was the mood was set for OJ to get off. Where here, it's this high-powered celebrity. You just really, I don't know. You kind of thought maybe it could shift the other way this time.
Yeah, and also wasn't it so OJ's was more at first they were this is kind of a crime of passion. It was
yes, yeah,
that's kind of how he got away with it. This isn't anything like that. This is years of abuse. There is a video of him literally beating the shit out of this woman for trying to get away from him, and somehow we're still talking about how this guy's not guilty of that. That's crazy. I think the charges were not right.
With OJ, they had many voice messages of her calling the cops, getting the crap beat out of her. I mean, they definitely knew there was a pattern there. It was just, I mean, good Lord, when OJ got off, one of the jurors put up the Black Power fist. I mean, they set those jurors
Rodney
up
King. You were thinking about
Rodney King. The Rodney King thing had happened, and it set things in motion for OJ to win.
Russell says haters are gonna hate. That's right. I hate Diddy. That's right. I am gonna hate. This was funny about the Diddy trial. Somebody shared this with me, and I was like, I don't know if I can take anything this guy says seriously because of the hat he's wearing. What is that?
I don't think I can.
But we're going to watch what he has to say because what he said was interesting. But my God, man, have some pride in yourself.
I don't get it.
He looks like a fucking, what are those dolls called? Raggedy Ann doll or whatever? He's wearing a Raggedy Ann doll hat. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
What about this allegation that he's the Epstein of the music industry? Have you seen anything like that? I mean, obviously, we've heard some of the testimony. He's been found guilty, of course.
He does look like Cecil. He's like the black Cecil.
What's called the Mann Act. But maybe you could detail like what you've witnessed, and maybe what more charges the federal government could bring here, because
that's the kind of hat you wear to a Diddy party.
Wow.
He got it at his last Diddy party.
It wasn't his goodie bag.
Yeah, it was in the goodie bag. He sent him on with baby oil.
Oh my God.
DEI Cecil for reals. Oh my God, that's funny.
He's probably going to go free here. That's what Dershowitz just said.
Yeah, I doubt if he's going to go totally free. But in the same,
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of people are saying he's gonna walk. I don't think he's gonna walk. First of all, they dismissed the bail, so he's gonna be in jail at least till October. And also, we just read for the 2 counts, it's a minimum of 10 years. If the guy gives him maximum of 10 years, if the guy gives him a minimum, it'll be at least 5 years per count. So that's 10 years already, right? Because
Right, but he'll serve half of that, so it'll be 5.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It'll be 5, but on 2 counts. So two counts of 5 years. That's 10. If
Right,
he gets
what
minimum.
I'm saying though is, they always do half the time. They never do their full time.
Yeah. So then I guess 5 or 3 to 5 years, I guess that would be the time.
Yeah.
But still, it won't be like he gets no jail time at all. Like
He's getting some time. And then he'll probably get house arrest for like the rest of his time.
Yeah, probably. Like maybe he's gonna be out on good behavior because he's gonna have so many like fucking freak off parties in jail.
Oh my gosh. He should just enjoy going to jail.
Yeah, he's gonna have so much fun there.
And you know what? I'm pretty sure baby oil is not hard to get in prison.
I don't think so. Why would it be? I mean, wait, actually, I had a conversation about this with my husband because I was like, he might before this thing came out, we were like, he might just enjoy being in prison because he can get all the baby oil he wants and stuff. But then my husband was like, there's no way they give them access to baby oil, Nina. That's why they have soap. And that's why there's a whole saying like, don't drop the soap. And I was like, oh my God, but that's true because they don't use baby oil. They don't let them use that kind of shit. They just use the soap. So
it sounds like he might enjoy dropping the soap is what it sounds like.
I mean,
drop the soap party. Yeah.
He's gonna come out with Diddy soap when he gets out someday.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, he totally will.
Because some things you can't scrub clean, yeah.
That's gonna be the tagline.
The tagline. Some things you can't scrub clean.
Oh my God, Mike Harlow killed me because he was like, when he tweeted out about the trial, he said, I guess if you have enough baby oil, you can slide out of anything. And I was like, what the fuck, Mike? Fucking hell. But that was it was funny.
In the same token, this is not a surprise to me. I mean, we've seen him do just poof, make anything just disappear that happens. You know what I'm saying? But this guy has been, again, he's been allegedly a informant for over 30 years. And he's gotten away with a lot of things. He's got power. You know what I'm saying? He's got a lot of money and he's been doing this. God knows who he knows. If you look at it, the prosecutors had attorneys, but he had 2 attorneys per their 1 attorney. So for example, they had 5 attorneys, he had 10. You know what I'm saying? And if you look in that courtroom, a lot of the attorneys that he had represented some of the biggest mob gangsters, or you know what I'm saying, etc. I'm told one of the attorneys represented Trump. You know what I'm saying? Not only that,
homie
Mark Garagos, who's I personally seen, I was there the first 2 days of the court. I seen him run into and talk to Puff's attorneys, then run right outside and talk to TMZ, which was helping to shape the narrative to the public inside the courtroom. So it's so many things that I was seeing happening that was just like nobody else can do. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the jurors would tamper with, and we just don't know about it. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
Again, I'm still processing everything that has happened, is happening, and it's going to happen. We all don't know, but what we do know is he is a 2-time convicted felony, and he's a sex offender.
So you're saying that based on your knowledge of how Diddy operates, and you said that he threatened your children and yourself, that he may have gotten to the jury and may have tampered with the jury.
It's a high possibility. It's a high possibility.
And
this
on that point too, there was major jury drama in this case. So one of the juries got removed. I think it was like juror 25 or something like that. I forget which one. Don't quote me. But one of the juries got removed because they claimed that they lied on where they lived and stuff like that. So halfway through the trial, like almost when the trial was done, actually, well, more than halfway, they removed them and moved to an alternate, which was
crazy.
funny because the defense was making the claim that removing that other juror was going to make the jury pool less diverse because I guess they moved a black guy for a white guy or something. So that was interesting. And then there was another point where very early on in the deliberation, there was a situation where like right after they went to the back to like deliberate, the jury or the judge got a note from the foreman because the first they came out and they were like, we've selected a foreman. And then within like, I don't know, 15 minutes after the foreman was announced, the foreman wrote an objection letter to the judge saying that one of the jurors doesn't know how to follow the rules and they're like not doing well and they have to be like, you have to tell them the rules again, which is kind of weird. Like that is a weird thing for it to happen in such a high profile case. The other thing that's really weird about the jury is that they weren't sequestered. So like they should have, in my opinion, this should have been sequestered the whole time. Like, I mean, you just lock them up in a freaking, hotel, give them all that they need, all the food, everything they want, but no social media. You can't have, you can't go online, like that kind of thing. They should have been sequestered. They weren't. So who knows if somebody got to these people? I mean, they could have. It's Diddy. We're talking about Diddy. Diddy's gotten away with so much shit. I mean, there's still alleged crimes that he's never even been looked into with regards to his, ex-girlfriend or wife, the one that got shot. What was her name?
Kim something? Kim Porter?
Yeah, Kim Porter. That's right. So that was a whole thing too, but no one ever knows what happened with that. So I mean,
and then she dies mysteriously.
Yeah, she died mysteriously. But no one knows. No one knows what happened. But so this guy has access. So and it was just weird to me when I saw a couple people commenting online about oh, they should have just let him go to wait until October. And I'm like, he's a violent criminal. Like we're literally discussing in the court in the trial how he set up Kid Cudi's car to be freaking Molotov cocktailed, and he beats the shit out of women, and yet somehow he should not be in jail while he's waiting to be sentenced.
He threatened the driver.
I still think he has some involvement in Tupac's death as well. I can't prove it. But I think he did. He has some involvement with it.
Did you see the Piers Morgan interview with Suge Knight from jail?
No.
Because that was crazy. And he started talking, he started dropping names. He started saying people like Snoop Dogg were allegedly involved. I mean, there's the shit that he was saying. He was dropping names hard. He was dropping shit. And I was like, I mean, I don't know what to believe because Suge Knight has to be taken with a massive grain of salt because the guy's a psychotic liar.
Yeah, he does.
You don't know what to believe when it comes to Suge Knight, but he was fucking just going off, dropping names and shit. But then he didn't really say Diddy, but he kind of did, but then he didn't. But he sure as hell named Snoop Dogg. I was like, whoa, hello.
This may be horrible to say, but Suge Knight, I'm almost surprised he's still alive.
I know.
No, really. Yeah. I would have thought for sure somebody would have got him in prison. You know what I mean?
I thought so too. I thought he would somebody was going to get him because he knows too much. When you know too much, right? It's like.
Well, not just know too much. I mean, when you've done too much, when you've done so much dirt to people, it tends to come back on you,
Mm-hmm. Well, did he or didn't he? Shut up, Russell.
Nice.
Damn it, Russell.
This one of the investigators called my kid mother, and my 8-year-old at the time picked up the phone, and he was talking to my 8-year-old. However, he was
That's
also
scary.
trying to coerce my baby mother into turning against myself. So I'm saying firsthand, I've experienced on how this guy gets very, very dirty.
Yeah, not just about the freak offs either. There was this other thing that I wanted
that's my
to
thing too with the freak offs really quickly is I guess that's why I don't care for the most part, because I feel like outside of like the major stuff like racketeering and stuff, like then you start getting into more like just kink stuff, right? Like I don't care what grown people do, right? If Diddy wants to have freak offs at his house and have 100 men lined up with baby oil and dildos, that's completely his prerogative and whatever. That's his kink, right? And it sounds like a lot of the stuff outside of the big stuff like racketeering is more like just personal weird stuff. And I don't know if
I agree.
I don't know if you should go to jail for that.
No, I agree, because like you can be like, I mean, I think it's weird to be a swinger and like weird to be in a polycule and stuff. Like that's my personal opinion. But for some people, like that's like the norm. But just because you're into like weird and freaky shit doesn't mean that you have to be a criminal and abuse women and like beat them and like drug them. Like, you know, like there's levels. Like you can be a freaky dude or a freaky girl and like, you know, like to swing and whatever. That like all's well ends well. You know, like whatever. You're into like some freaky ass shit. That's fine.
Hey, life is short. Do your thing.
Right. But then when you're like drugging people and beating the shit out of them and like, you know, that kind of stuff, it's
and
like
blowing
okay.
up cars, yeah.
Blowing up cars. It's okay. It's like that's enough. That's enough out of you. We got a couple super chats here. Russell for 2 says, yeah, well, 1 out of 5 ain't bad. He got 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5. Brett, thank you for the 5. Says Diddy needs life in prison without parole. The guy is a literal monster. I completely agree with you. I think this was a massive fuck up too. Like I think what should have probably happened was that the state of New York should have charged him. It shouldn't have been a federal crime. It should have been a domestic trial and a rape trial, because he would have gotten like way more, you know, jail time for rape and for beating Cassie and things like that. I think that would have been a lot more easier to get a conviction than RICO and all that stuff they tried to do.
Yeah.
Russell Hall for 2 says, hey, Diddy, if you want, but you ain't be mad at Nordberg. Who's Nordberg?
Who is Nordberg?
I don't know who Nordberg is. Do I need to know Nordberg?
I don't know.
I have no idea who that is.
Nordberg refers to several things, including a neighborhood in Oslo, Norway, a surname, and a company with a history of manufacturing engineering. And it's the name of an outdoor clothing company and Swedish biotech company. I don't understand. I'm confused. Oh, OJ from Police Files. Oh, the Naked Gun. Oh.
Oh,
that makes more sense.
Yes, that's right.
I get it now. That's funny. Russell, that was funny.
That makes more sense now.
Yeah, now it's funny. The joke was going like way over my head. This is interesting. Kiss my groin. No. Ew. Says he will serve 2 sentences consecutively and time served will be counted. Diddy might get 2 years out early for good behavior. Oh God, I hope not. I hope he goes away for much longer. Russell Hall for 2 says Mother Forker was wearing a butthole on his head. He literally looked like one of those Raggedy Ann dolls. Like I was like, what is this hat? This was the scene outside of the Diddy trial. His fans were absolutely just so happy that they were showering each other with baby oil.
You know, there's times where Look, it can't be on me. It just can't be on me to address black folks all the time, man. Like, I need other black folks to step up here. Like,
This is getting way too risky for
I need
YouTube.
other black
I don't know
folks
that
to
chick's
step
gonna
up
flash.
and talk about some shit because we can't keep doing this, folks. We can't keep doing this.
Oh my
This is some
god.
bullshit.
Oh my god. I had to make sure she doesn't take her top off.
Yeah, I was getting concerned because she went once she dropped. I'm like, well, the top's
Yeah, I
coming
was
off.
like, oh, let me just make sure. Okay, yeah, she doesn't take her top off. Thank God. So we
But
can
you
go
never
back
know
to
with
the
all that
video.
baby oil, things slip off, right? So I mean,
It's true because I mean, this. Look at this dude. Like he's like, let me get that oil on you. This dude's like really into it.
with that said, though, is now the time to invest in stock in like baby oil, like like Johnson and Johnson, just like invest, just to all your money in the pot.
I just feel like if anyone's ever going to the store to buy baby oil for like a legit
Like they
use
actually
or
have a
whatever,
baby.
for like their baby, yeah. Like everyone's just gonna look at you different now if you're gonna buy baby oil at the market. Like
Oh,
it's just
especially
gonna
if
be
you're like a single person, like a single guy buying baby oil.
yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get a side eye.
You better go to like the self checkout because otherwise people are gonna be like,
Mm-hmm.
like, what you doing tonight? Oh
Why do you have
God,
4
that's
bottles?
oh my God. So so they were celebrating today. Diddy's fans are, I guess they got a big win. But you know, I think we all lost. I personally think we all lost.
Can you imagine watching that tape of Cassie and hearing all the stuff you heard about Diddy and being a big Diddy fan?
I
Yeah,
know.
that's crazy.
Like, even if you're like, you
crazy.
know what, I like the guy's music or I like his work, that's one thing. But like that'd be like someone being like, yeah, OJ Simpson was a great running back or whatever position he was. But you know, he's the juice. But like there's a difference between, oh, if you enjoyed his music, but how do you listen and see all this and still like him as a person?
Right.
See,
and then
and that's a hard thing, man, because look, I'm gonna put it out there. I think R. Kelly is the king of R&B. I used to love R. Kelly. But there comes a point where you just can't defend him anymore. You can't defend him.
Yeah.
It's like, but then you have you're conflicted because you have all this music, right? It's like, do I still listen to R. Kelly or, you know, it's a hard thing to let go of, you know?
It gets really difficult. Like, I mean, for me, I always disliked Diddy's music, so this is not a big loss for me. Like, but Diddy's out. Like, I will never listen to another.
Okay, but
Diddy
what about
song.
the people he produced though, right? Like, if it's produced by Diddy, can you not listen to it anymore? Like,
It depends on it depends. Am I gonna hear his shitty voice in the background? Because no. Like, for example, like with like the Mariah song, right? I love Honey. Like, that's one of my favorite songs, but I'm never listening to that song again. Like that, it's over. Like it's done.
but he's only on the remix, right? Or is he on both?
No, he's on both because he went in hard on her right after she escaped that other monster. He was trying to get in on Mariah and be like, oh, like let me help you out, girl.
I don't know if you want to use the expression he went hard on her when
that's
oh no,
that means something totally different now.
Oh my God, this is a total like switch in topics, but I figured like I have to read this because this is just funny on so many levels. Like for me, it's funny. Maybe you guys will get a kick out of it too. But this is like some news about what's going on with Pixar, and I'm gonna read you guys this thing. So this is about their new movie Elio, however the fuck you pronounce that. It's this one with this kid. Okay. So this is what it says. It says per THR, I guess the Hollywood Reporter. Multiple Pixar staffers have released a scathing report on Elio's development. Here are the key highlights. Pixar massively changed Elio after the original cut was test screened, and not a single person raised their hand when asked if they'd pay to see the film in the movie theater. That's funny. That's hilarious to me.
Well,
A Pixar staffer says that the LEO that is in the theaters right now is far worse than Adrian's best version of the original. Suddenly, you remove this big key piece, which is all about identity, and Elio just becomes about totally nothing. So this movie was apparently all about identity and like being gay, I guess.
That's usually what identity means now.
Yeah, I think like being gay or bi or something like this little kid.
He's gay is my understanding.
Right. The budget was well worth $200 million, while other reports suggest that the film was $150 million. Originally, Elio was written and presented to be much more queer-coded, a reflection of Adrian Molina himself and his upbringing. But this notion was cut entirely, along with scenes like photos in Elio's room involving a male crush. He's like 5. Like he's got a male crush.
These people are sick, man.
What the
They
fuck?
are.
Like,
They are sick.
I mean, like when I was little, I'm trying to remember when my first crush was. I mean, okay, I had a crush on a cartoon character when I was really little, like 7, like 6 or 7. But he was a dude.
My first crush, his name was Chad. He was a Chad, but I was in the 2nd grade, so whatever age you are then.
2nd grade.
My first crush was Wonder Woman, right? Linda Carter. Like that was my first crush, and I was like 7 or 8 or something. But here she is, in all her glory, spinning around, looking all hot. So I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I didn't have posters on my wall, right? Like I didn't I knew she was attractive, but I didn't really know why. And what bugs me about what these people do is they try so hard to like make it more than just an innocent crush. They try to sexualize this stuff.
Yeah.
Right. That's the problem with it. It's not an innocent crush, right? They wanted this kid to be out of the closet gay. And it's like he's 5.
It's weird.
5 years old. Or whatever he's supposed
to be. He looks 5. I don't know how old he's supposed to be, but he looks young. Like I don't know how old he's supposed to be.
And why? What I don't get is why does, and it seems like it comes more from the Pixar end of things with Disney, but why are there so many like gay themes in their stuff now? Like why does it
everybody's gay?
Why does it have to be there?
Because everybody there's gay. Like, I mean, like, are you listening to this? This guy's like, he was made himself. Like, he basically made his life story.
Yeah, because a lot of the writers now are gay that are in, and they have to, just like The Acolyte, where she had to project her life onto a Star Wars show. They just seem to do that. But also, it kind of goes back to something you hit on earlier, Verbal, in the fact that, like, this stuff had already been in the can. Just because Trump won doesn't, take away what they'd already done. And this takes us back to the hostage video of Chapek, where they, outed themselves. I guess that was released and they didn't know it was going to be released, but we all got the inside scoop of how they had a plan to put more of this into
gay
stuff.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that at the hostage video afterwards. That was so crazy. Man, you guys remember that? Bob Chapek? Sorry, because Iger is the new one.
They're trying to make us forget, unless they need to blame somebody.
I know it's all about the self-inserts, man. It's crazy.
The problem is though that Disney can. Okay, so where I said earlier, Warner Brothers is having a great year. Disney is having a horrible year.
Yes,
horrible year. They're having one of their worst years ever. They can't have too many more bad movies. They can't. Right? Like,
wait,
there's only
have they had a horrible year? Because
yes, they have.
Snow White was trash.
Yes.
Oh, it's a bomb.
Captain America didn't do well.
Bomb.
In the box office.
Didn't do anything.
When we say bomb, we're saying financially. Both of those.
Yeah, we're talking financially. Didn't do well.
But there was something that they made money on, wasn't there? There was Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch.
Okay, that was their one out of all the. But they've had like 4 bombs. And then success,
Thunderbolts didn't make money.
And Fantastic Four is questionable.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to.
That's questionable. So they're not having a great year, and there's only so many bombs that they can keep having.
Well, I think the rest this year, their only hope, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I think is Avatar at the end of the year.
That might, no, you're right. That might be their only saving grace. Well,
is
that
their
and
saving grace.
maybe Moana that comes out, right?
What
The
is
Yes,
live action
Moana.
Moana movie.
Oh, does
Yeah.
that still come out this year?
I don't know. I don't know if it's this year or next year.
Let's Google it. Let's
Yeah,
see, because
look
I
it up
think it
for-
is this year. Moana live action.
Did Moana 2? I think it made money for him at the beginning of this year, right?
It did. I
Yeah.
think it did.
Was it
Yeah.
this year or last year when
Yeah,
it came
when
out?
did Moana 2? That was last year. I think.
July live action comes out July 2026. So it's not going to be
Okay.
2025. So what was the other one you asked about?
Moana 2. Yeah, that was last year. That
Yeah,
Moana
Moana
2
was
came
last
out.
year.
Oh, okay. So that was 2024. So you guys are right. Damn, they have had a lot of bombs this year. Like that's bad.
And even the stuff that should have done well, like Daredevil, didn't do well,
Yes.
right? Like none of their Disney Plus stuff is doing well.
No, the Disney Plus stuff is just garbage. Nobody's watching that. Okay, let me keep going. Pixar employees say that the studio executives themselves cut queer elements from Elio, and decided the decision did not come from Disney. A lot of the people like to blame Disney, but the call is coming from inside the house. A lot of it is obeying in advance behavior coming from higher execs at Pixar. Man, they know because they've had bomb after bomb now. They're like, please, like it's like started with Lightyear, then they had that other one. What was it? The one with a weird kid, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is some gay shit."
Yeah, I forgot which one it was. I know
Toy
what you're
Story
talking
didn't do well. There was another one like Toy Story 3 or 4. How
about.
many?
The reason why
Lightyear?
Inside Out 2 did so well is because they cut the gay shit out of it. That's why it
Yeah.
did well.
Yeah, because like I think originally they were supposed to do like some gay stuff with the little girl, right? They were
Yeah,
like,
and they cut it out.
yeah,
And they were smart. They were
did.
smart to do that.
Yeah.
So they go into the brainstorming room and they're like, "We want some gay stuff.
Pretty much.
Make it gay."
Pretty much.
Make it gayer.
Just make it gay. That's
it.
all.
I will say this about the gay stuff. Like, I think this is the first year in June where I don't want to throw up, like just watching my social media feed. Like, I haven't seen like too many crazy pride stuff going on.
And we women reclaimed 2 women. We reclaimed 2 women into the heterosexual camp. Remember JoJo?
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, Jojo Siwa and who was the other one?
What is her name? My gosh, Demi Lovato. Is it
Demi Lovato, yeah, got
Demi,
married.
that's right. Oh, she
Yeah.
got
Married.
married? Oh my God.
reclaimed-
To a guy.
Wow. That's right, Russell. Make it gay and lame. That's right. There's like some drama going on with South Park too. I just remembered.
Is there?
But
Yeah.
you also have to remember too, like in June, a lot of things happened, right? We had
That's
World
true.
War III going
War,
on, supposedly. We had the
Yeah.
the what do you call it? The illegals protesting in LA and burning
yeah,
shit
the
down.
ice
and all that.
raids.
So Pride
Yeah.
Month was fucked this year.
Yeah, it really was. It really was.
Like Pride Month got overshadowed by everything.
I was
literally-
kind of okay with it.
Actually, yeah.
little World War III going on, but you know. Former Pixar assistant editor Sarah Liglatch or something, Ligatich, who provided feedback during Elio production as a member of the company's internal LGBTQ group called Pix Pride.
Internal. Wow.
Internal LGBTQ group called Pix Pride said that a number of creatives working on this film stepped down after the directors shared their first cut of the revised movie. Well, thank God, because maybe that means some Pixar stuff is going to come out that's going to be good. The exodus of a talent after the cut was really indicative of how unhappy a lot of people were that they had changed and destroyed this beautiful work. A lot to unpack, and even more at the report itself. Okay, blah blah blah. So that's basically what's going on with that, with Pixar and this Elio movie. Apparently, it was supposed to be gay, but now it's not gay anymore. Dun dun dun. This is an interesting super chat, Russell Hall, because it kind of is going to take us into the next topic, which is going to involve Candace Owens. So Russell Hall for 5 says, speaking of corrupting gay children, what do we make of the French president allegedly leaning on Trump to stop Candace Owens from reporting on him and his, I'm just going to add this part to your super chat, his wife's alleged penis, which
Wait,
I
what?
personally think is for real. Like, I really do believe that Bridget Macron is a man, allegedly. So wait, you don't know about this there, Verbal Riot?
I know. Okay, what I do know is, the videos of the French guy getting, beat up by his wife, or he slapped around or disrespected. I remember that, right? I didn't hear anything about a dick.
Okay, so let me kind of break this down for you, point form, because this is a long story. But long story short, Candace Owens did a whole series called Becoming Brigitte, which is based on a French journalist's previous work. I forget, his name is Xavier Poussard. So this French dude was for years doing research on whether or not Brigitte Macron, which is Macron's wife, was a man, like that it was a transitioned person. And through this endeavor, he was basically blacklisted from France. So years later, he got his information to Candace Owens. Candace Owens was intrigued about it and decided to do a series on his work. And basically, long story short, it's the idea is that Brigitte Macron is actually her biological brother, Jean-Michel Trogneau, who for whatever reason, mysteriously something happened to his sister. He took the identity of his sister and became Brigitte Trogneau, who ended up marrying Macron. But she's really fucked up because on her own, her story is kind of weird because she becomes basically Macron's teacher. And then at the end of age 14, she meets him and she basically grooms him and they end up getting married. And she becomes his wife. But she basically at best case scenario, this woman is a groomer and groomed this person to become her husband. And then he became the president of France. Worst case scenario, there's a lot of fucked up shit going on with,
what is up with the French?
Identity theft and a lot of other fucking crazy shit. So now
the French are batshit crazy.
Batshit crazy. So now, I highly suggest that you at least watch, if you're even remotely interested in this, at least watch the one episode that she did with Xavier Poussard, where they go through his research and how he even got to the story and why the story was a thing in France, because it originally started because two female French journalists were trying to do research on the background of Brigitte Macron to understand who she is, to figure out her past, her youth, where'd she come from, because she's supposed to be a feminist icon. And they couldn't. At a point, it was a dead end. So that's where they were like, what the fuck? Where did this person come from? And that rabbit hole became insane. So that's basically the long story short.
This sounds wild.
It does sound wild.
I'm like, Jesus.
It's a crazy.
So wait. They're saying that he's leaning on Trump to shut up Candace Owens.
So now Candace came out, I think yesterday or the day before, and she dropped this bombshell where she was like, Trump or somebody from Trump's camp called her.
No, she said Trump.
Oh yeah, but then she later on said Trump.
Yeah.
At first she was like, somebody from Trump's camp called me, blah, 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 but ended up also she spoke to the president, where apparently he basically told her that Macron is holding up the Ukraine negotiations because he's really mad about your podcast and he wants you to stop. So can you please stop? Can you please just stop talking about his wife? And she was like, no, I'm sorry, Mr. President, but no. But it was just really funny because right
Trump
after
did ask
that
her to
happened,
stop.
oh, 100%, on the phone. That's what she claims. She claims.
I think, didn't she say that she agreed to not talk about it for a while?
Yeah, for like she's like, I'll give you a brief time, but then that time was over, and then she went back to doing her series, and that I mean her series was already out at that point, anyways. And then of course Brigitte and what's his name are trying to sue her as we speak. She got another legal letter today that she talked about, which was funny. I think Candace Owens is hilarious. Like I
she's
think
wild, man.
she's fucking nuts.
Wait. So if they sue her, then
They
his
are
wife will
suing
have
her.
to prove, right, if she's trans or not, right?
Yes, they are suing.
They're not
her.
going to sue her then.
Well, they keep sending her like cease and desist, and I think they want to sue her, but they can't really
They
sue
can't
her
because she'll have to prove whether she's trans or not, right, for it to be libel.
I agree, but I don't know. Like they keep sending her like legal letters and stuff like that, and she's like, "Well, I mean, like if you want me to stop, just answer my questions. I mean, it's really easy for you to prove that you're not actually your sister." Which it's a whole thing.
I think she should stand her ground because
She is. Good
call
for
her
her.
bluff because there's no way they're going to like go through with it, right?
Well, and also for her, she is protected under her First Amendment rights as an American reporter, so she can say whatever the fuck she wants. Really, like I don't see how.
This whole so what do you think, Nina? I've kind of like vaguely seen like these remarks about the president's wife. She's a very weird looking woman, but
she's a weird looking woman, yeah.
You know, I don't know.
I believe it.
Well,
I'm telling you, I 100% believe that.
Okay,
she
but is it one of those weird rumors
Jean-Michel
like
Chardonnay.
Michelle Obama is a guy?
No,
like,
no.
Yeah, because
This
I've never that I don't believe at all. She's just a
No, I'm
very
telling
bitter,
you-
angry woman.
No, no, I'm telling you, you have to follow the trail. Like when you start to follow the trail, you're like, oh god damn it. Like it becomes really weird. Now there's some stuff that Candace gets into like near the end where it becomes like too much. And I think that actually she muddied the waters a little bit, where she starts talking about like pedophilia and like that they could be like incest and stuff like that. Like, because it could be like that she was the father and things. I don't think that that's true. And you'll understand once you go down the rabbit hole. But I do believe, I think that he really was the sister. Like, I think he's the sister,
God,
or
that's so
the
weird,
brother.
man.
I mean, he's the brother. He's Jean-Michel, and he transitioned into the sister and became Brigitte.
Okay,
I do believe that.
How much older is he or she, whatever, than the president?
A big age
It looks
difference.
like a lot.
70. She's like 70 something. He's like in his 40s, late 40s
Oh
now.
my god,
Oh my lord!
she must have an
yeah.
amazing dick. I'm just saying.
Brigitte Macron is, I'll tell you right now, Brigitte Macron
didn't realize
is
it was that-
72 years old.
Okay.
She's 72. And Emmanuel Macron is 47 years old.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then she met him when he was like 14, 15.
Oh.
And
yeah,
was
so like
his-
you said, it's
yeah,
not
was it-
great.
No.
This story is like it gets worse and worse the more you talk about it. Like this is
Yeah,
bad.
and there's like actual like videos that Candace shows. I mean, she comes with the receipts. This is why this series is intense. Like when you start listening to it, you're like, oh my god. There's like a video of him like on the stage when like they show him like as like when he was, because she was his drama teacher. So when he goes to like, and she met him like when he did this play, and she was like, I couldn't get enough of how beautiful he was, and I had to get to know him, and he was like 15, and they show him like on the stage like doing his play thing and whatever, and I'm like, oh my god, like this woman, like imagine being like in your like late 40s and being like, oh, I have to have this guy that's 14 years old. Like it's like, oh my god.
See, and what's
so
messed up
cringe.
is if it was like reversed, like that guy'd be in jail. He'd just be in jail.
100% he would be in jail. But so the crazy part was after this happened, after she dropped this bomb yesterday, Macron finally, after like years of not talking to Vladimir Putin, finally apparently picked up the phone and called him and talked to him about the Ukraine war. It's just a weird timing. Like it's the timing is just all weird because like Candace drops this big bomb and then all of a sudden it's like, you know, it's like this whole thing.
My only question is this though, like considering the time we live in, if she is trans, why not just say it?
That's okay. That's what I was going to ask, Verbal, because you already brought up the French are crazy. So, like, would it really hold him back?
No,
I think the reason that they can't at this point is because it's been such a lie for such a long time, and like I think the pedophilia thing will come into play. That's the other thing, and I think they will like the amount of people that have had to protect her and this story and the amount of cover up that has gone into it becomes extremely problematic, especially for the French people, like the nation.
I swear, man, the French, man, they give us Expedition 33, which is like the best game I've ever played, or at least in the past 10 years. And then they do weird shit like this. I don't get the French.
That game was amazing. I just finished it.
It's one of the best I played in so long. I'm actually going to do another playthrough right now because I just love that game.
It was
so
good. I know. I was so sad it was over. I was like,
I know.
The first time I felt really sad that it was over.
I love those characters so much.
Me too. Who was your favorite character?
So, okay, I really, really love CL, right? Like, I love CL, but I think the one I played the most was Mael.
Yeah, I think the one I played the most was Mael, or the other one, the Asian chick. What was her name?
Oh, Lune.
Lune.
Yeah.
I really liked Lune. She was good. Michelle's not really into video games, I don't think. Are you into video games?
No, I used to be back in the day, but I was just into sports games. I was that person.
I love sports games. They're fun.
I had a good time back in the day, man. Madden.
So good.
Yeah.
Dude, my favorite was my favorite was the what's it called? The street basketball one.
Oh yeah. Those are fun.
Is it called Hoops or something?
It was like Jam.
Oh, NBA Jam.
Oh, NBA Jam.
Oh God, I love that game.
Yeah,
that was a great game.
Every single one.
I still remember the old games, like on regular on the Nintendo, like Tecmo Bowl and like those old games. So, but no, I did get into like the wrestling games for a while, the WWE games. I got into the I played the NBA games here and there, but Madden was my game. Like that was
I absolutely love like just the NBA games. Like I was like just so into, because I'm a huge basketball fan, so it was like especially street basketball. I was like, this is my game. They had a Nintendo version where like the Mario and them, remember, were like in it. I was like, this is amazing. Russell Hall for 2 says, long story short, get it? Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
I did say that.
Well,
by the way, speaking of basketball, I did want to bring this up.
Caitlyn?
Yes.
Yeah, well, you got me. Let's talk Caitlyn.
I do have you, and I wanted to talk Caitlyn for a minute. So this was crazy. I saw this. Caitlyn Clark finished first in All-Star votes by the fans.
Probably
third
by
in All-Star votes by the media. Sorry, what was that?
I said probably by such a long shot. She was probably number 1, and then the next person was like the number 2 person was way over.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, wait, before we get into the story, let me get Russell Hall's super chats because they're related to the last portion, and then we'll get into this. Russell Hall for 2. Basically, he's satanic European loyalty. Yes, this is true. Clay, thank you for being a member for 29 months. Says that's it. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is man. I don't understand this reference.
Oh, that's from Ace Ventura. When he finds out that the chick is a man.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. It's been a long time since I watched that movie. Russell Hall, thank you for the 5. Says Macron demanded to be one to handle the negotiations, then just basically sat on his hands. He recently had a very awkward call with Putin. Yeah, I was making fun because I was like, maybe he finally called Putin to be like, well, Trump couldn't take it down, so can you see if you can take down
I know, right?
this podcast? So please, somebody do something. My wife, she's gonna beat me again. Russell Hall for 2. I really like that Dead or Alive volleyball game. Oh yeah,
I'm sure you did, my friend. I'm sure you did.
Yeah. A lot of
Because it was all like bikinis, right? Like I
yeah, it
remember
was
that game.
well, it was like the jiggle physics on that shit.
Just-
Like it
yes,
was like
absolutely.
like she would jump and it'd be like it was so crazy.
And of course, every girl was like a double D.
Yeah.
They're all Pam Anderson.
Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah.
It was fun. That was a fun game. So anyways, this girl, Caitlyn Clark, which by the way, I will say, I really didn't like that she kind of bet the knee last year. I was like, girl,
I didn't
that's
either.
passionate.
I didn't like it, but then when you watch, you're like, she really just was scared for her life that she was gonna die.
You know what? You might be right. It was kind of like,
true.
blink twice, right?
Because they like manhandle her try.
Oh my, they do that's the craziest part is they beat the shit out of this girl all the time. That's really
what
crazy.
happened.
Like on the court, you're like, what the fuck, man? Like this one girl, she like body slammed her. I was like,
Yep.
what are you
that's why it
doing?
was such a big deal though when Sophie Cunningham had like defended her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And by the way, Sophie Cunningham, I didn't know who she was. She's hot. I was
hot.
like,
Yeah.
She's very
girl,
hot.
Well,
like, can
so
she
I-
play the game as well as Caitlyn? Michelle,
yeah.
you following WNBA?
Well, no
I'm
one's
not.
as good as Caitlyn. Caitlyn really is like the equivalent you could give to the sport is she is like the Tiger Woods. Like she is so much better than everyone else. She's I knew Caitlyn was the real deal when she was in her last year at Iowa. And I was at the gym and this white dude, like, definitely a straight white dude. He's got a beard, he's chiseled, and he's on the phone with his friends. He's like, yeah, we're going to meet and get a drink and watch Iowa. Like, it was like, oh my gosh, like this guy and his guys are going to watch this girl. Like this is different. And she really is like, so I got to go up. My friend lives in Indiana or in a nice suburb of Indianapolis. And we went to the game. It was like the third game of the year. The Pacers arena, which they play in, which, most of the WNBA teams don't play in the NBA sized arenas because they can't fill them up. It was packed for just a nothing game.
Wow.
It was packed. And they're selling out all their games for Caitlyn. She really is like, she makes moves on the court that I've never seen a girl make. Like she's so smooth. Like everything is so sharp and crisp and she's great. So no,
I guess it doesn't like help the other teams though, because they all kind of suck. So it's like she makes it look good because they suck. Like, she makes it look easy.
But at the end of the day, they are really good. Like
no, but okay, hold on. Like, for example, I saw this clip. I wish I had saved it. This is one of the only fucking clips I've seen of the WNBA. And I laughed. Yeah, the layup, man. I was like, are you for real? Like, because it was like, okay, so this girl, she does like this layup. What's her name? Angel Reese.
Angel
like,
Reese. Oh, she's a whole nother issue.
Yeah, she was like, okay, but the clip was of Angel Reese. And she's like doing the most basic layup with no one around her, like at all. It was like a breakaway layup. And like fucking like the media is like, she makes it look easy. And I'm like, bitches, it's a fucking layup. Like there's nothing like there's
and nobody guarding
easier,
her.
And nobody guarding her. There's nothing easier than a literal layup. Like if you're making it look easy, it's because like you suck. If you can't fucking put a layup in.
Angel Reese, the reason she gets so many rebounds is half of her rebounds are rebounding her own miss.
Like her own misses.
But anyways, Sophie's really good. But no one's Caitlyn. Caitlyn's in a league of her own.
Yeah, Caitlyn's like a prodigy, man. Like, she's like a completely different level.
Yeah, the other chick's just hot. I was like, wow, she
is good.
Really good looking.
And Sophie has like a black belt in Taekwondo.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's why she doesn't
mess with that bitch.
That's why she doesn't care. That's why she's like, bring it. Like she's like, I will take all of you.
Yeah, like it's
what's crazy to me about this though is like Caitlyn Clark. Look, man, it's the whole, when the tide rises, every boat rises kind of thing, right? It's like she has lifted this league up so much that people are actually watching these girls play, right? I remember I went to a Sparks game like 10 years ago because a friend of mine won free tickets from something, and he didn't want to go by himself. I didn't want to go, but I'm like, fine, let's just go. We go there, and it was literally like me, him, two guys that were sitting to the side of us. And then on the other side of the court, there was like 12 people. I'm
Yeah.
like, what are we doing here? Like
Wow.
no one watched these games.
Well, do you know what it's like? When I was there, I said to my friend, I said, this is literally the live version of the Rockford Peaches, A League of Their Own.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like Caitlyn is Dottie. Sophie Cunningham is totally Madonna's character. Like Sophie knows like she's attractive. She's going to sell her sex appeal. Like, they all have their roles. Things like that. Good Lord.
Mhm.
But anyways, I literally sitting there because you just expressed your experience with the WNBA, and that's how it's been. And when I was at that Fever game, it kind of hit me. Have you both of you watched A League of Their Own? It may have been
Yeah.
a while.
Oh yeah,
I
a
mean,
long time
A
ago.
long time, but yeah, I've watched it.
There's this moment where the guy who's the one who's like masterminded this and he wants it to work, this league. He finally, it's like it's a real sweet moment in the movie. He's looking around this packed stadium and everyone's excited about the girls. And it was like, that's what she's done with the
Yeah.
WNBA. And these
Mm.
women hate her for it.
Which is crazy to me.
Yes.
Which is crazy to me.
Insane.
Caitlyn Clark means there's more money coming to the WNBA.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
yes.
If I were them, I don't know, just being a smart guy, I would try to protect that golden goose. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
would go out of
right.
my way to make sure Caitlyn Clark felt welcome.
Yeah.
Yes.
That she wants to stay, because if she leaves, so does the money.
Yep. Or if
Yeah.
she gets hurt, because I sit there and watch, like they let the refs even let them, like, it's time for her to get like Michael Jordan rules here. Like
Yeah.
it is time for the commissioner to send out the message that Caitlyn is to be protected because she is the golden goose and we've got to protect the money.
Yeah.
This may sound like a really stupid question, but is Adam Silver also in charge of the WNBA, or is that just
Well, and
or
I
do
even
they have a
brought,
different commissioner?
when I was talking to someone, I brought him up, but he's so spineless that I don't think he would make that phone call, because the NBA, like they basically pay for the WNBA. They give them the money. So he definitely could call and be like, guys, you got to protect Caitlyn. It's just, you see what he's done with the NBA. He just doesn't stand up to anything.
I know. I hate Adam Silver for a
He's
lot
bad.
of reasons for the NBA. Like I've always thought,
Yeah, like this.
look at this. Like, she just like freaking just knocked down. Like you don't do this.
And then push. Boom.
Slapped. Like, okay, several things happened in this scene. So
Yep.
this chick kind of poked her in the eye by accident at first, and then she slaps her.
That's a foul. She just put her body into her. That should have been
Yeah.
blocking.
So then that was it. And then, oh, look at that. Like a slap right away. She slapped her.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
then that other chick pushed her. And then that other chick came and like body slammed her to the ground. I was like, what is happening in this?
And then Sophie said, "Oh, hell no."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Bitches be fucking crazy, man.
Well, and they just talk so much crap about her, like publicly. Like even the ex WNBA people, like Sue Bird and them, like they will just talk so much junk about
Yeah,
this girl.
Dude,
what's
I
her name?
literally saw her. I think it was Angel Reese again. One of the girls, one of the black girls, they showed her like they like zoomed in on her face when she was talking about Caitlyn Clark, and she goes, "Fucking white bitch!" Like, and I was
Yeah.
like, "What the
Was it
fuck?"
Brittany
Like,
Griner?
Yeah, Brittany
Maybe
Griner
it was-
called her white trash.
maybe it
Yeah,
was her.
White
She was
trash.
she was one of them anyway.
It was one or the other. I don't know because I don't follow WNBA, so I don't know any of the player
And I'm
names.
100% sure that Brittany Griner is a man.
I-
I am sure. Check
Look-
that guy. Check her for a dick.
Look, okay, as sure as I am about Brigitte Macron, I don't know if that chick is a dude or not. I can't tell. Like, I'm like,
Oh, Brittany Griner's a dude. There's no way. There's no way. Like
Michelle, do you think she's a girl or a dude? I don't know. I can't tell because there's some ugly chicks. Okay,
There
like,
are.
there's definitely some ugly chicks sometimes.
Dude,
I don't-
I've seen her without a shirt on, topless. I've seen her talk. That is a guy. There's no way. I know that she tucks. Like she has to tuck. I mean, there's no way.
But there's no way that the girls wouldn't tell because they would be able to tell, right? In the locker room,
There's
Caitlyn
probably
would have blown
trans.
the whistle on
I'm
that.
sure there's trans WNBA players.
You think so?
Why wouldn't there be? Right? Like, why wouldn't there be?
Well, apparently Brittany Griner is one of. I don't know.
I mean, look. I mean, we see girls playing men playing women's sports all the time. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it be in the WNBA?
Hey, Leah Thomas just got her or his thing taken away.
Good.
His thing taken away. No, he still has his thing.
It's still intact, Nina.
It's still there.
I fucked that up. Oh no!
Hey, phrase it.
I meant the award was taken away from that person. Also, that other dude that punched the woman in the Olympics. What was his name? Khalif or whatever.
Yeah,
Malia Khalif or whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah, that boxer.
Yeah, that dude.
That dude was definitely a dude. Now, I did not need to be told. Like, I didn't need all the leaked, like, medical records and.
No person with a brain needed all that. We knew right away.
I just had eyes, and also I'm Middle Eastern, so I was like, this is really interesting that like she's the only one, or he's the only one that doesn't wear hijab when like literally all the other women around her.
Interesting, right?
In hijab, just really interesting how that was the only person. And then like all these people were like coping to me and be like, it's a choice over there. She doesn't have to wear it. I'm like, yeah, bull fucking shit. That was a tell for sure. But also the fact that he looked like a dude. That was a dude. I was like, come on.
Well, and he punched like a dude.
Basketball.
He's bigger than me.
Like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, at least this other chick, what was her name?
Brittany Griner.
Like, at least, like, there's still a sliver of doubt in me. Like, I'm like, I don't know if you're just a really ugly woman. Like, I cannot
with
tell.
A very deep voice.
It's very deep. It's how thin her body.
Deeper than mine.
It's how thin, it's how narrow the body is that gives me hesitation with Brittany Griner.
I have to pull up an interview now because I have.
But I mean, guys can be really skinny too. But
nah,
we have to listen to Brittany Griner's voice.
I could be wrong. And it might be a bet I'll lose, but I think that's a dude.
I believe you. It's like me. I'm telling you, like I was like, I'm almost sure that dude is a dude. Like not almost sure. I was 100% sure that.
Yeah, I mean it's I look, and again, it wouldn't be far fetched because there are men who play in women's leagues now. So I mean, it's like okay. I don't think it's right.
The same person that wasn't that the same person that was like in a Russian prison or something?
Yes, that's the one that we traded.
Yep.
We traded a Russian arms dealer, like the worst Russian arms dealer for her.
I just heard quote unquote her's voice, and this is a dude.
The court, a real game and everything. The love from the fans when I came out was amazing. The players, I definitely feel it. I appreciate everything a little bit more. All the little small moments that I used to just like, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I don't
hear that
today.
That is a dude.
I think that has changed, honestly. Just appreciating everything because tomorrow's not guaranteed. You don't know what it's going to look like. So I think that's kind of how it changed a little bit. It was nice to be back.
I guarantee you, like his birth name was probably like Ben Griner, right? Like,
oh my god, what the?
Hold on, Nina.
No way.
Now see if you can go back and pull up Brittany Griner at Baylor University. Because like the voice that used to be so deep. I want to go back.
Oh, hold on. Here's one. I mean, she looks like a girl here. What the fuck happened? Hold on.
At college, like there was still some femininity.
Maybe she's transitioning into a dude.
Or that. It could be that.
Well, that's what I wondered. I wonder if Brittany Griner got like on a lot of testosterone and stuff.
That's what I'm starting to think. Because look at this. Like, she looks like a girl here. Hold on. I'm going to pull
Is it when she's at Baylor?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so. This is Brittany Griner high school highlights and interviews. So this is her, but she's like, she looks like a girl here, kind of.
I would love to hear her speak.
I can dance.
Oh.
Beginning of freshman year, about every time I tried it, I would get home, but I knew if I kept working,
that's a dude.
I was gonna get there.
I'm telling
that's
you.
a dude.
I would get home, but I knew if I kept working
I'm
at
telling
it,
you.
I was going to.
Dude, that is a boy.
I think that is a boy. I've never thought that until tonight.
That is a boy. That is a man.
That's a boy. Oh my god.
Get there. And I finally got it. And I told Coach, I was like, Coach, I'm going to dunk in the game. I'm so ready.
I mean,
My
he's kind of a
sophomore
gay
game
boy,
came.
but he's a boy.
We was in the
Yeah, he
game,
might be like
and
slightly femme
she
at
called
this
the timeout.
point,
She's like, okay,
but
we're going to give Brittany the dunk. She wants to
he'll
dunk.
butch out.
So the first time it didn't work. The second time.
Look how
it
tall he
came.
is compared to all the other girls.
Yeah, come on now.
Is that not a towel? They're all like freaking tiny compared to him.
Someone
Well, Brittany Griner's like 6'6".
passed me the
Yeah.
ball, and I
He's
went up and
massive.
dunked.
Oh my god, look at all these girls are like, that's a dude. That's a fucking dude.
Those girls are like 5'8" at best.
Listen, Brittany Griner's wife, like I played against her several times. She's from Tennessee.
What do you played against her? What do you mean?
I played basketball against Brittany Griner's ex-wife, Gloria.
Wait, you actually play basketball, Michelle? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I played into college. I played
wow.
against a lot of
Wow.
WNBA players. But now I'm thinking, because I always thought it did make sense to me that Gloria, who was kind of, a pretty black woman, like why she went gay. I was like, really? I didn't really, she didn't give me a gay vibe. Maybe she didn't.
Maybe she didn't.
Wow.
Maybe she's in a very heterosexual relationship right now.
That would make more sense to me.
I'm dying right now.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Oh my god. This has been a very enlightening show tonight. Michelle, we're gonna start talking about the Blake Lively stuff. Do you have to go? Or
No,
do you
I
wanna
can stay for Blake.
Okay. So there was an update yesterday on the Blake Lively case. I think, I believe it was yesterday. Man, time is flying by. But basically, what happened was on TMZ. TMZ put this out saying Perez Hilton, Candace Owens subpoenaed working with Baldoni. And allegedly, this was put out 6 minutes after Candace Owens got an email from somebody else saying that from TMZ saying that they asked her for comment, and she had not been served the subpoena yet. So she basically got subpoenaed on TMZ. Like, they put out this article, they didn't wait for her to respond, and then they put this out. So, and apparently, according to this, they also were talking about subpoenaing two other people, Perez Hilton and Andy Signor from Popcorn Planet. So all of these people were subpoenaed and asked for, I guess, their communications about Blake Lively. Now, what was interesting was all three had responses to this alleged subpoena that they were going to get that none of them had gotten when TMZ had published this article. So I'm going to show you this first one. This is Perez Hilton's response. This was funny.
I love this. Hello, everybody. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and allegedly, I have been subpoenaed by Blake Lively. According to TMZ, today, just moments ago, they published this. Blake Lively, Perez Hilton, Candace Owens, subpoenaed, working with Baldoni. Exclusive. This is actually pretty hilarious for a few reasons. One, it's surprising to me that TMZ would get this exclusive. People magazine is usually the go-to for subpoena Serena. Also, and I could be wrong here, however, isn't the deadline for discovery today? don't all the parties have to submit their documents by the end of today? What's the point of filing a subpoena now if it can't be admitted into the case? Am I interpreting?
So I don't know about this part, but this is kind of like his response. He's shocked. He also hadn't been subpoenaed yet. So then this was Andy Signor's response. He didn't make a video, but he put out a statement on Twitter that read this. Wow, TMZ labeled me an anti-Blake Lively content creator, potentially colluding with Justin Baldoni for Blake bashing commentary. See my full response via my attorney here. My client has not been served with any legal process at this time. He runs a news outlet and is in the midst of creating an independent documentary. It ends with justice, and that has spoken to many involved in the case. Should service occur, we intend to vigorously defend any claims and will protect the confidentiality of the sources of both sides. Consistent with the principles of the press freedom, journalistic integrity, and the outlets such as TMZ relied upon their own coverage of the Amber Heard trial. Furthermore, categorizing my client as an anti-Blake content creator is not only false, but potentially defamatory. My client's commentary is rooted in evidence and journalistic truth, not partisanship. We hope that moving forward, all reporting remains grounded in accuracy and avoids perpetuating misleading narratives. So that was his official response to being subpoenaed via TMZ, because I'm sure he's gotten one now. Because Candace, in true Candace fashion, did a whole show about it, which is very funny. So she responded initially with this, and then I'll update you guys about what she said today, because she received it today. So this is yesterday when she got subpoenaed. She was like, you know what? I'll show you my messages on air. And then this is what she did, which is hilarious.
What do we have? When is the first time I ever texted the name Blake Lively? Oh, this is photos. I want to see all the messages. Okay, so here it is. I'm showing you guys my phone. Okay, can you get closer to that? Okay.
I love how she goes, okay, after like everything. She's like, okay, here's my phone. Okay.
Phone. This is the first time I've ever, look at where you can see I'm at the bottom here. Okay, I'm at the bottom. And that what you're seeing right there, we can make bigger. Mark's running out right now, so we can get, I'm surprised by
this is
and here pink diamond, and it's flawless. Oh my! Sharing
so
photos
the first
of
time
rings.
she talked about it is they're talking about like her ring that she liked, and she goes, "Oh, Blake Lively's. I really like this pink and diamond flawless." So that's
I write,
all
ha
of
ha
what
ha!
she
Oh
was
my god,
talking about.
amazing! Looking at these now, and then I say Blake Lively's with the heart eyes. This, and she writes back, Christy, this is a pink diamond and it's flawless. Oh my god, lock me up, Judge Lehman, lock me up. I said something nice about Blake Lively in 2019. It's a nice ring. I think her ring's nice. Very pretty. Okay. The next message comes in. I kid you not. So I have not spoken about Blake Lively from 2019 until August 20th, 2024. And here is the message chain between me and Skylar, my producer. This is how it happened, Blake. Lean in. Get your lawyers in. You are unlocking this smear campaign, girlfriend. You got this. Here we go. You can use this. Noah's going to be like, Candace, he's going to be so mad at me. Anyways, I write because guess what? You're not going to believe this. I come up with my own ideas for the show. I say monologue will be on DNC. And I write Shmooly will be a story. And then Skylar responds to the DNC thing and says so many cringe moments because it was a little cringe. Sorry for my Democrats to watch the show. And then I say, as just an afterthought, we should cover Blake Lively as well. Very viral at the moment. And then that's it. And
so that was the initial thing. And the very viral at the moment was about her interview with Flaw, the one that went like extremely viral, because like that's when she started covering it, that initial thing that made it viral. Now, today she was finally served, and this is what she had to say, which I think this is.
Hold on, I want to say this before you go to that.
Sure.
I think they don't understand how like the YouTube world works. Like if something like that video goes viral, then like people want to talk about it because it's what's being talked about, you know, and the algorithm pushes it. Like people don't need like Justin Baldoni to reach out to you to do that is the point I'm trying to make. It's just good business sense to do it as a YouTuber.
Right.
Exactly. And also, like, and this is what Candace says, like, we literally didn't have anything to talk about until you dropped the lawsuit. And then, like, they had to basically, like, they dropped their evidence and then everybody was talking about it. It was your own doing. The only reason anyone's talking about you, it's because of you. Like, this movie could have been over. Like, that whole thing with where your florals and like all that bullshit. People have a short memory span. That could have been done and over with. You come out with your shitty movie, you move on with your life, and then everybody will forget it. Like, the next day it'll be something else. You move on with your life, it's over. But she would have decided to do this whole fucking thing. So now everyone is in the know, and people like Candace Owens are making videos about you. And now you're like, I'm gonna subpoena you so that this is rich. Okay, so let's hear from Candace. I said, okay, like, send it. Candace. Oh my God. I'm not saying too much.
They're asking for text messages. Let me get it open on my page so I can't really see it that well here. But it says on point number 2, unless otherwise specified, each request concerns the time period from May 1st, 2024 through to present. Okay, through to what are you talking about? This doesn't make any sense. Let's slow that down here because I think we're realizing something. It would make perfect sense that the judge, as he did, would grant them some sort of a limited subpoena to go ahead and prove their point. Let's not forget, Blake Lively is suing, among many other people, Jennifer Abel, Wayfarer Studios, Melissa Nathan, because she believes that while she was in a contract with Wayfarer Studios, they undermined her by hiring a crisis PR firm in the form of Melissa Nathan and Jennifer Abel to plant awful articles about her, thereby ruining her brand, making people hate her on the internet. Essentially, she believes that traffic was inorganic now. And they worked with some guy in Texas named Jared who had access to Reddit to make that happen. Nobody could actually dislike her answers about her hair products, which, by the way, she's mentioned here. She wants text messages pertaining to her hair products. It's everything. So you file that lawsuit saying if this is real, it really happened on December 20th of 2024. It would follow that if you're going to subpoena people, you're going to need messages that took place before you filed the lawsuit saying that it already happened. But look what they're doing here. They're extending that. Why would you extend it? There's no way that you could extend it because it already happened in the past. What happened in the past can't be happening currently. That doesn't make any sense. So what I think they're doing here is I called them, I'm like, this is weird. Obviously, she knows for a fact that we are not going to allow her to have access to every text message and email pertaining to her and Ryan Reynolds and Wayfarer Studios because she watched me live say, now that I'm interested in this story, which my interest began on January 25th. Now that I'm interested, I am opening up a tips line. And I am saying to all of the mommy sleuths and the daddy sleuths and anybody that's known Ryan or anybody that has an inside scoop to email me so that I have, something to share with the public about them. And sure enough, what happened? Everyone and their mamas and their teachers. We got Ryan Reynolds teachers that messaged me and said, here's a tidbit from who he was when he was in school growing up, blah, blah, blah. And we share that information. So she's literally subpoenaing, just to be very clear. She wants, I'm going to put it at 10,000 emails that we have received since we opened up this tip line. I went through it. I mean, I was like, this would be insane for you to ask me for this information. She's coming for the mommy sleuth. She's like, I want to know every Barbara and Sandy and Megan and every person that emailed you and Kyle and Kevin. We want to read your emails. Absolutely not. She knows we're going to say you can't read that. Of course she's going to say we can't read that. So why is she asking? Why is she? It's just like back when she was subpoenaing Justin Baldoni's messages and she said she wanted 5 years of messages.
She did.
From before he even met her, wanted messages. And we said, okay, her strategy here is to ask for something that she knows that she can't get. So that when the party that receives a subpoena says, no, I'm obviously not giving you every text messages dating back to things that I sent to my grandma for Christmas 5 years ago, she can go, see, they're hiding something. Something must be hidden because they still believe that the public is still stupid to comprehend what's happening here. This is effectively a PR strategy. Of course, we are going to say, we're not giving up all the people that gave us information. She knows that I have a source because I'm the one that revealed that it was Scott Swift who teamed up with Baldoni. So she's probably going, oh, who sent that to her? Was it Taylor? Are Candace and Taylor friends?
That's
Is
the
Taylor
thing.
trying to undermine me?
I think that's where the crux of the matter comes from. Because she wants to know, especially from Candace. Now, I don't know about Andy or Perez, but Candace was the one that broke that whole thing about Scott Swift being the one that was the leak and talking
I thought that
about
was the Daily Mail.
they got it from Candace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they got it from Candace. And
Well, and then-
Candace,
So what is Blake Lively's deal? Because didn't Blake Lively basically, like, according to, I guess, Candace and Daily Mail, was it the deal like she threatened Taylor with, like, she would reveal up to 5 years of text messages or something like that? Like, what's her deal with the 5 years?
yeah, I don't know, but she threatened Taylor too, and that was the reason that Taylor, her dad was like, "No, we're done." Like, basically, and I think, from what I understand, one of the lawyers from Taylor's team went and joined the Baldoni team too. That was another bombshell that happened like a couple weeks ago, though. But then they did get that whole thing. Well, that dropped. Like, so they did have a win, but Blake is kind of celebrating prematurely because there's still a lot of the trial stuff left because they just they can amend the complaint like Baldoni can, and they can keep going. So it's still going, as you can see, because they're asking for subpoenas. So
that's what the lawyer Danny that came on with Valiant, she was like, "Oh, this is far from finished."
It's not over.
She's like, "This is not won by a long shot."
No. And now, I mean, this is getting so crazy that they're like, it's just so crazy to me that you would go to TMZ, that you would tell them, oh, we have subpoenas, we're going to be serving these people. You're going to drop that though. I mean, I don't see how that is in any way legally like a smart thing to do, to give away your cards, that you're going to subpoena people to content creators. So like to somebody like Candace Owens, that she wouldn't go and just make a show about it like she would, like the way she did. I don't see the logic there. Do you see any logic, Michelle?
I've not seen logic in any of this. I mean, I think they just thought, I think they're just kind of drunk on themselves. Like, I think in the beginning, it was so obvious. They thought, this guy doesn't have near the money we do. We can come out, bury him. No one will know what we did. And then, of course, he had the $1 billion backer that was like, not so fast. So I just think nothing they've done has really made sense.
I just don't know what the end game is with all this. Like, where is all this going? Like what's the goal here?
She wanted
the end game. Yeah, the end game for Blake Lively was twofold. One, she wanted to ruin Justin Baldoni so he never works in that town again. And two, she wanted the rights to the second book. Like, she wanted the rights to making the sequel to It Ends With Us. And I believe there's
but is that what they're still fighting for? Is that what this is still about?
Absolutely. Now, I don't know if Justin Baldoni even wants to make that next movie. Like, he does have the rights. Wayfair does have the rights. So if he wanted to sell it off at this point, he could. I would personally wipe my ass with it at this point. Like,
I would sell it in a heartbeat. I would just be done with it.
I would sell it for $1 to somebody else versus Blake Lively. Like, I would just never ever. And I put it like, I guess you can't really put it in stipulation that, like, you know, like they can't ever have it. So no, you know what? I would keep it. I would die with the rights of that movie in my tomb so that she could never get it. Like, that is the later, like, I would never just like want her to have it.
You're better than me. I would sell it for as much as I can get for it. I would just sell all of it, because it's not like Justin Baldoni is a big name, right? I mean, the guy probably needs to fund the money. So I mean, I would just sell it.
They're fighting for survival at this point. Russell, you're right. I don't know if you can put it in the stipulation of if you're buying something like that. I mean, Russell's saying you can't, but you can put, like, you know, I'll sell it to you if you never sell it to Blake Lively or Ryan Reynolds. Like,
those kind of stipulations, I think you can. But here's the problem with that: is I from what I've heard, Ryan and, well, maybe just her. I mean, maybe just Ryan, but they own, like, not own. I don't want to make accusations here. There are shell companies you could use to buy certain things, right?
Yeah. And they've done that.
They do have
in this
access
lawsuit.
to that. So
yeah, and they have done that in this lawsuit. That's why there's that whole other drama with them making, like, the reason they got Jennifer Abel's texts originally was because they made a shell company who pretended that they were suing somebody that had to do with Jennifer Abel, and that's why she was subpoenaed and had to fork over the texts. And it turned out it's all fake. Like,
Yeah, that's what Katy Perry did when she, ripped off those nuns, right? Like she used she used a shell company to do it. So I mean,
oh my God, that's right. That's so
I will
crazy.
never ever let Katy Perry forget that she ripped off a bunch of nuns.
Yeah, we should never let that be forgotten. And also, they did just break up, her and Orlando Bloom, which is kind of
Good for him, man. He got out of there.
Finally.
Were they married or just engaged?
I think they were married. Weren't they married? I don't know.
I don't know.
Katy
Did they have a kid
Perry.
together?
They do.
Not that you have to be married for that, but
No, I don't think they ever actually got married. I think they just got engaged after they had the kid.
Yeah, no, they didn't. They weren't married. But they were together for 9 years,
Yeah,
for
that's
over
a long
9 years.
time.
That's a
That is
long ass
wild.
fucking time.
So I wonder
Yeah,
if
they
they're
share a 4-year-old.
I wonder if they were common law.
I guess they would be.
well, it depends where they're living, right?
Yeah, it does.
She probably, when she went to space, she probably just completely changed. Like, I mean, that changes. you as a
Oh, I'm sure
person.
she changed way before space.
Like, she was like, I can't date you anymore. You're just like, I've been to space now.
Right. I'm above you,
I'm so above you now.
literally.
Yeah. Russell Hall for 2 says that's why Macron is president. He found Captain Winky. Oh God, damn it, Russell. DL for $1.99. I'm back, sort of. Hi, DL. DL for $1.99 says Perez Hilton and Brittany Griner are lovers. Oh God. Perez.
That would be 2 men. I think Brittany Griner's into women.
That is a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Who, Perez Hilton?
Perez Hilton, yeah.
He was right. He was the OG content creator.
He was. He started it all, man.
He did start out. By the way, Marine Defender, I did want to address this. You said people are saying that Candace Owens was using her platform to get info from on people to dox them. Yes, Candace Owens has done a lot of fucked up shit, and she's admitted to this and talked about this, like, because she was young and stupid and following the leftist ideology back in the day. So she has done stupid shit, and she's since apologized for being stupid. I don't like holding things over people's heads that they've apologized and owned up to, and so I don't really care about it at this point. I'm like,
And you guys have to remember, she was in a cult, man. She was in a cult.
Yeah, and she was a child. She was
being
like
on the left is literally
like
being in a
17.
cult.
Yeah, she was like 17, 18. Like, I mean, she was really young.
Look, when I was a crazy leftist, man, I did shit that I completely regret. Like, I mean, things that make me cringe because it's. But that's what happens when you're part of that cult. You just do.
Yeah. Russell Hall for 5 says, from what I could tell, Katy Perry bought land from a diocese, but the nuns on the diocese. Okay, I don't know what that means. But the nuns on the property tried to intervene. I'm not sure they had the right to. Oh.
Yeah, there is some legalities that were kind of mishandled on both sides of that, but still, though, I mean,
they're nuns, Russell. Come on.
Yeah, I feel a little weird kicking nuns off their own land or property.
Come on, Russell. Have a heart. Oh wait, who am I talking to?
Not that I'm a Catholic or anything. I just think it's weird to go after nuns.
There are plenty of cults on the right. This is also true. This is also true. I'm
True.
not gonna
Absolutely.
deny that.
Just different cults.
Yeah.
Speaking of being involved in the leftist cult, this is our last topic for the night. Our girl Rachel Zegler.
Oh,
she's being praised for being an Evita.
She's where she belongs.
Yes.
Broadway.
Good for her.
She really is.
Good for her.
You know what? I'm gonna tell people who think she's ugly that they're kind of blind, because I mean, I really do think she's a beautiful girl.
She's not ugly. Look, I'm a straight guy
She's
here.
not
Guys, she's not ugly. Are you kidding me? What are we talking about here?
I think it's her personality that makes people
Yes,
feel
that is
way.
very ugly.
Yeah, but I mean, like they tried, and also Disney didn't do her any favors with that haircut for Snow White. Like, I mean,
No, they did not.
they kind of like
and the
uglified
eyebrows,
her.
man. Those eyebrows were fucking ridiculous.
They uglified her big time for Snow White. So I
Like
was
they
like,
do every woman, though. They do every woman that way. Disney
True.
makes women ugly.
So this is true.
They couldn't make Gal ugly though.
I'm sure they tried.
They could try all they wanted, but it was not happening.
I know. So like this is the thing saying like Zegler is phenomenal. Zegler is astonishing. A tour de force. I mean, like this is like she's gotten rave reviews.
All the buzzwords.
All of it. And then, but the funny part was, and I thought this she should stick to the stage.
She should.
The funny part was though, and I thought this was funny because Pierce Morgan made a couple tweets about her. So Pierce Morgan, he was really hard. He went on hard on her about the Snow White thing.
Yeah.
So it was really interesting to see him go to the play, which I thought was interesting, and then saying like that this was unbelievable and the best night he's ever had. And so he kind of shared this little clip of her like taking a bow, standing ovation for her, which was nice.
No one's denying she has talent. No one has ever said Rachel Zegler doesn't have talent. Like that's never been her issue, right? Yeah, she has talent. So do a lot of other women who are not annoying as she is, right? Like the problem is her personality, not her talent.
Yeah, he said something else funny about her. He said, where did it go? Hold on. He said, where is the thing that he said about her? Oh, this was great too. I'm gonna have to press play on that in a second. But he said something about Rachel Zegler, and he was like, you know what? Like, you were so great. Just stop being dumb and woke. And I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
Well,
I honestly think she found her bag. She should stay with Broadway, stay with stage performing. Leave the movies alone.
Yes,
I agree.
Here's my
memo
question.
to Rachel Zegler. As I discovered last night, the Evita premiere, you were a staggeringly talented performer, truly brilliant. So take my advice and park all the divisive woke preaching nonsense and let your talent do the talking. You'll thank me if you do.
Definitely. Well, if she did that, she may get a job. She may eventually get a comeback in Hollywood if she could learn how to do that.
I agree.
I agree.
I
I don't think she'll ever be a leading woman again. I think, but she'll have great supporting roles if she plays her cards right.
Why do you think it is? I've got a question for you. Is that Pedro actually?
This
Probably.
is Pedro.
Okay.
Also, this is Pierce Morgan in the same shot.
That's funny.
And like somebody's going like Pedro. Oh my God, it's Pedro.
Okay,
And then
so-
like Pierce Morgan saw this clip and then like retweeted because it was like Pedro Pascal's the press of the Night of Evita, and then he was like, "There's somebody else famous."
Wait. That's what he wore to the theater?
Yeah.
So
Jesus.
here's my question. Why does Pedro Pascal get away with being as obnoxious as Rachel Zegler as a 50-year-old man? I mean, Rachel Zegler like
that's a good
redeemed
question.
herself. But
That's a great question.
But Pedro is as obnoxious in a different way.
Yeah, here's
No,
Pedro that
That's
night.
a very
at the
good question
Evita
because here's
thing.
the thing. Pedro, just like Rachel Zegler, Pedro hasn't had a hit yet either.
Yeah.
So why is he getting so many parts?
Yeah, because
I
his
don't
only
know.
hit really would have been the first 2 seasons of Mando, which he barely is actually in.
Right. And then there's the
well,
Last
no,
of
no,
Us, I guess.
No.
Yeah.
He was in Narcos that apparently did really well. That's I have never watched the show, but I've heard that he was really good at Narcos. And then 2 was Game of Thrones, is where
But
when
these
he
were all like
Right, but
little-
those were all like, bit parts and shows and that kind of thing. We're talking like Hollywood blockbuster film. Why is he getting cast? Why is he,
Yeah, I don't know.
why is he the go-to guy now? Is
I
what
can't
don't get.
tell. It like he seems like an industry plant to me. Like I
He
just,
really does, man.
He
Because
does.
you
he
know what?
just
Like
seems like a plant.
when I watched F1 this weekend, and you're looking at Brad Pitt on screen, and you're like, that is a movie star, right? Like
Yeah.
you're like that is a fucking movie star.
Mhm.
And when I look at Pedro, I don't see that.
No.
Like I
But
don't
he-
see that.
Creepy. I mean, did you see that? Did you see the video I just put? Like,
Yes.
creepy. Like he's got this like creepy aura about him. Like look at the way he's like touching her. It's
Oh,
like,
Rachel, Sarah Paulson.
yeah, like it's like like stop being
She
so
looks-
creepy.
She looks really creeped out.
She does. She looks uncomfortable.
Like she
She's
does
like,
not
why are you
look.
touching me? Like she's like, stop touching me.
See,
Like,
Vanessa Kirby might put up with that shit, but not every actress is going to be cool with that, man.
yeah, especially a lesbian actress. Like she's like, look, I don't like men. Don't touch me. Like,
Right? Like I you know, my problem is no other man can get away with shit like this.
No,
nobody today
Without getting me too'd. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Nobody. I mean, people have gone down for less.
Way oh god, way less.
For this, like I mean,
Well, look at the poor Aziz Ansari.
Yeah,
Like, that guy didn't do
that
anything
guy
wrong.
got wrecked. That
Yeah.
poor bastard.
He did
got
nothing wrong.
wrecked.
His whole career's over.
He's got a new movie coming out with Nicolas Cage.
Oh, good.
Oh, he
good, 'cause, I
does?
mean, it's
Oh,
been a
good
while
for
since he's
him.
done
No,
something.
it's not Nicolas Cage. It's Keanu Reeves.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
good, man.
That's
So
great.
he's on the comeback then.
That's good.
Yeah,
A lot
'cause
of
he
these
got
people, I think,
fucked over badly.
I think a lot of these people are gonna have comebacks. Like a lot of people like got fucked over for the Me Too thing. Like it's just gonna be like, oh, okay, we should probably like forgive them now. And I guess that's where kind of like I'm at with Rachel Zegler. Like I'm like, look, like she's dumb as fuck. But I
she's
mean,
young.
I'm not gonna hang on. She's young and she's dumb and
Yeah.
she's a lefty and like she's in Hollywood. I'm not gonna hang on to this forever. Like I think she should. Like people got to give her a break, man. Like
No, I
listen
agree.
to this.
I feel the same way about the chick from The Acolyte. Like they're young, dumb, saying stupid things. They'll grow out of it.
Yeah, listen to this. This is great. Now, mind you, I will also say that I think she probably nailed this role because she imagines herself to be like Evita.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
She's like, I am Evita in real life. Like, I can do this.
Is she
so
singing that to Hollywood? Don't cry for me.
I know, right?
All her fans that rejected her after freaking Snow White. She's like, please.
But
there was
no one
also
ever
this-
denied her talent. She,
Yes.
we've all said many times the girl could sing.
Yes.
Here's another clip.
From the oligarchs, only for you, for all of you. One day you will inherit these treasures. Descamisados, mis descamisados, when they fire those guns, when they sing songs of glory, it is not just for Perez, but for all of us. All of us.
And that was just for a promo. Like this one was just for a promo that she
Oh, wow.
did. I think this was in London.
No,
Yeah.
I think she's
London
found her
Platinum, yeah.
sweet spot, right? Like her sweet
Exactly.
spot is the stage. Just
Yeah.
keep doing that, and then maybe later on in your mid-30s, try to make a run at
Yeah.
Hollywood again, right?
I agree. And again, I'm not gonna hold it against her for her just being dumb and very young. Russell Hall, you know what they say, like the youth is wasted on the young, man. I tell you,
It really.
Uh,
oh my God, I feel that more than ever in my lifetime. Is right now.
it's so crazy. I feel that every day more and more. Russell Hall for $5. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Madonna did it better. Well, to be fair, Russell, Madonna did it in a live action movie. This is a live, like, this is a live performance. It's very different when you have cuts. Okay. It's not the same.
And a soundtrack.
Yes, exactly. Like
And probably
it's
some
just
auto-tune.
not the same.
Yes, because
so-
believe me, sir, Madonna cannot sing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Madonna would not be able to do this live. The only reason that she did it is because she had cuts.
And by the way, love Madonna's like earlier albums. Like I had them all up to like True Blue. I think I think Madonna's amazing. She's not a singer.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree with you completely. And I loved Evita that Madonna did, but it's not the same as
It's
live. You
not the
just
same.
cannot compare. There's not a comparison. What's up, Valiant? How you doing? Passing through.
Hey,
Have a
VR.
great show. Thanks, Valiant. That's so sweet. I gotta have you on again soon sometime, man. It's been a long time since we caught up. So hit me up if you're interested. We got DL for $1.99 says Rachel Zegler has talent but no common sense. Yeah, because she's
Yeah.
so young.
Like
'Cause she's-
most young people, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, lot of dumbness going on. Russell Hall for 2, young, dumb, and full of
Well, we don't know that for sure, but
Oh my God. Did she go to Diddy parties? Look, I love that song by Kendrick Lamar, "Young, Dumb, and Broke." That's one of my favorite songs because it's like I just feel that song was like me when I was young, dumb, and broke.
Yeah.
You know, that was supposed to be our last topic, but let's just all laugh at this together before we call it a night. This headline saying, "I was scammed out of hundreds of pounds by AI deepfake Jennifer Aniston, who told me she loved me."
Okay.
You deserve to be scammed.
At some point, we got to call some bullshit here. Like this regular schmo, right? Thought Jennifer Aniston hit him up and asked him for money because Jennifer Aniston is broke.
This dude. Let's just be very clear. This dude got Jennifer Aniston.
No.
He thought the real Jennifer Aniston.
She went from Brad to him.
Went to him for money.
No, wait. She went from Obama to him because the last person she allegedly dated was Obama.
Allegedly,
she had a
yes.
tryst. Allegedly.
Well, we know he's not. We know he's not Dave Michelle. They hate.
Oh my God!
Him, so
I thought it was only me that thought this guy looked like ass.
Yes. Oh my
He
God.
just looked like ass. Oh my God, that's too funny. Okay, wait. What does it say? A British man has revealed how he was cruelly conned out of 200 pounds, but what he believed was a heartfelt message from Friends icon Jennifer Aniston. Paul Davis, 43, from Southampton, fell victim to a disturbing new wave of artificial intelligence scams after being bombarded with messages from deepfake celebrity accounts on social media. The unemployed man who suffers from depression, oh, that's sad. That's sad. Said he was relentlessly targeted by AI-generated videos, including ones that appeared to feature Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, and even the beloved sitcom star Aniston herself. In one particular cruel twist, Davis was sent an image of what looked like Jennifer Aniston's driving license before she told him she loves him and asked for money. Look, guys, here's a side note, because I've heard this so many times now. If anybody is sending you driver license photos, that is a red flag. People don't do that. Okay. They just won't.
It's what I send. I send my driver's license because it's everyone's best picture,
This is just not done. He said, "I've got fake videos from Aniston asking me for 200 pounds and saying she loves me." Tragically, Paul believed the message was real and spent. Why would she? She's a millionaire.
So rich.
Jennifer Aniston, who even if you took away like the things she's done recently, Jennifer Aniston made $1 million an episode from Friends, right?
Yep.
Like
and she's hitting up an unemployed guy for money.
She doesn't need 200 pounds.
By the way, what is 200 pounds in US money?
Probably a little more than 200, probably like 250. Let's see, 200 pounds to USD. 272 right now.
Okay, so look, glass half full. He didn't lose too much money.
Right.
But I guess if you're unemployed, $200 is a lot of money. But
I guess he caught on quick because it could have been worse. Right? Like if he gave more than 200 pounds, I paid 200 pounds and I was bitten Once bitten, twice shy. He said, the scam is part growing online, blah, blah, blah. They did this before. Oh my God, here it is. What time will you send it to me, my love?
Oh
Are
my
you
God.
there, my love? My subscription is about to be expired. Can you send me $100 Apple card to purchase, my love? I will later. Bye. Okay, which time, my love? 8-ish.
Oh
What
my
is your
God, this
time
is
now?
insane.
This is fucking wild. Like, who would fall for this?
You know, Darwinism is a real thing. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. I mean,
Oh my God.
I think some people are too stupid to live.
Oh my
I mean,
God. Here, oh my God, here's the thing. Please be careful and stop liking any of my pictures of on any fake account. It's going to put you in trouble. Don't comment too, okay, hon? Now you have found me and you have to block and delete all the fake accounts you're chatting with. I don't want anything to hurt you. Please. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Here's my license.
oh my God, what?
This is my driver's license. You're texting with the real Jennifer Aniston, okay? Don't go to Facebook to reply to anyone anymore. Don't comment on any page so you don't get into problems. Unfucking real.
You know, I don't consider myself a con man, but I would like to know like who falls for this stuff. Just for like, you know what I mean? Because
Oh
yeah,
my God. How much did he give her in the end? Just 200? Paul said that he's been receiving dozens of messages every day with scammers trying to fool him into thinking that he's won a special prize from a cash windfall to luxury, blah, blah, blah. Range Rover 4x4. Some of the videos even feature AI generated versions of Facebook creator Zuckerberg declaring that it's not a scam, believe me, and insisting as a genuine person. What the fuck?
this is insane.
This is it. Oh my God.
Oh God. I can't.
Is this too mean? Am I laughing? This guy's so sad.
There's no coming back from something like this, man. Like
I'm dying.
Oh.
Is this mean that we're laughing at this?
you know, okay, no. You know what it is though? What it is, it's kind of like it's like the most extreme like version of sim culture, right? Like
Yeah.
sim culture has gotten to the point now where guys just send women money apparently that aren't even real, right? Like
Wow. Look at
Like, guys
KB
have got-
said he got one.
guys have gotten so used to sending women money just for being pretty, right? Like I don't
Look
know.
at KB says I had someone do a deep fake Elon wanting money. Oh my God. Did Elon? He's the world's richest man. You know what would work funnier? Like it would be like I think it would sell better for the scammers. Not that I'm trying to give them tips or anything, but it would make sense if they were like has-been celebrities, like let's say Pauly Shore or something like that. Like you know,
Right.
you make like has-been ones, like that they haven't been around for a while. Like okay, I could see maybe Jennifer Aniston, but she's so rich, like she doesn't really count.
She
But
doesn't
like the
count.
has-been ones, like that would make more sense because you'd be like, oh my God, I remember her or him from like that show. Oh yeah, she fell off. Like then,
Right, like
oh,
you're
I
Amanda
could-
Bynes, right, or something. Like
Right.
I can understand that.
yeah, but like Elon Musk, like he's the richest man right now. Why is he hitting you up for money? Like what the fuck? Like, that doesn't make. He's got 20 baby mamas. He's paying like $15 million to for fucking child support. That's insane. That's insane. Thanks, KB, for the $2. We also have
But again, he only lost 200. I mean, it could have been way
could have been
worse.
worse. Could have been way worse. We also got $10 Rumble Rant over here. Thank you so much from Main Defender. It says, I'll be honest, many people I know are boycotting YouTube for suppressing free speech. For many of us, it's Rumble only. Do or die. Another great show as always with great guests, Nina. I love you all. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. And I will continue to be on Rumble because, YouTube is just like not, I don't know, what's the word for it? Reliable. Like, I mean, I have literally gotten strikes for showing animal videos on here. I didn't get strikes through freaking COVID. I didn't get strikes through the whole like election stuff. I got strikes for watching animal videos and those freaking mob companies coming after my ass. So they're just not reliable. Like they're just not a reliable company, just generally speaking.
YouTube does have like way too many rules.
Yeah, just way too many rules, and the copyright system here is bonk. Oh my god, this thing! I literally scrolled down. This thing goes into even more. Look at this. Like he got a fucking text message. Oh my god,
they worked him. They worked him
they
good
worked this guy hard
for only $200 though.
for
Jesus.
$200.
There's just a lot more honest ways to make $200.
I agree. I mean,
Oh my god, there's the Elon Musk guy. Is this the one that you got? Did he ask you for your money, KB? Congratulations. Like, give me your money. Oh my god, this is wild.
But why did they need the money? It doesn't make any sense.
right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At least
Brad
make the
Pitt?
target people like fucking, Pauly Shore or someone. like Andy Dick. We know he does
right.
drugs.
Exactly. 'Cause
Like,
trust
you'll
me,
be
those
like,
guys do
"Oh,
need the
shit."
money.
Yeah, that guy does need the money. You'll be like, oh man, fuck poor Andy Dick.
God, I can't stand that dude, man.
I
I've had
know,
some
that
bad
guy's
run-ins
fucked.
with him.
Oh, you have?
Me
Oh
and
my
Andy Dick
God.
are like enemies, man. Like I don't
Your
like
mortal enemy is Andy Dick.
No,
Wow.
we almost got into fist fights. Okay, like I don't like him at all.
Wow. I believe it though, because that guy's like violent. Like he's kind of crazy.
He's psychotic, and he does it under the umbrella of being pansexual.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Did he grab your dick?
He did not, but he did. I've seen him do
heard
things to
things.
people that completely unacceptable. Things
Yeah,
that will
I've heard
that will
things.
land most people in jail.
Yeah, I've heard things about that guy
Yeah.
doing things and then being like, I'm Pan, I'm this, I'm that. It's like, oh, dude, you just freaking Me Too'd my ass. Like, get the fuck out of here.
No, me and him got into it because we were at a bar, and the chick I was with, he was getting a little too touchy-feely with, and
Mhm.
we already knew him at this point, so I was trying to be cool with him and be like, hey Andy, we're kind of on a date, just hanging out, and he wouldn't leave, and then he started harassing her, and then I had to step in. But
Yeah, no, I've heard of these stories, man. One of my best videos on the channel was about Andy Dick. When I started looking into that fucking rabbit hole, I was like, God damn, this guy's fucked up.
yeah, he does a lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder if he's still
lot.
doing the RV. Like, is he still doing the live stuff? Do you know? Like, he was doing like the live streaming.
I have not kept up with that guy. Luckily, I haven't seen him in probably like 8 years, 8 or
Thank God. He's mental. He's like actually mental.
yeah.
But thank you again, Main Defender, for that $10. And DL for $1.99 says, happy and safe 4th to all of my fellow Americans. Give him your glasses one more time there, Michelle. Just for DL.
yeah, there we go. Here, I'll give the flash too.
Ooh, she's
There's
gonna flash
there's
you.
different modes.
Ooh, yay. Hold on. Let me zoom in. Yay!
Nice.
Happy birthday, America.
Yay, happy birthday, America. She said she's gonna flash you. I heard it.
It's a different flash.
With
KD for $2.
the glasses on.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, make sure I've got these on.
The fake Elon take is he will make you rich quick. Oh, okay. So he's not asking for money. He's telling you he's gonna give you
He wants to
money.
make you money.
Gotcha.
That one makes
That
sense.
makes more sense. That makes more sense. Okay. Thank you everyone for being here tonight. This was a really fun show. So Michelle, thanks for hanging out. Verbal Riot, you're always a riot, and I love hanging out with you. So Michelle, before you go, let everyone know where they can find you and what you got coming up next.
Yes, you can check my sister and I out at Forcefly Entertainment. Let's see, we're continuing our Firefly reactions, and our next reaction, it's probably gonna have to come out either Friday or Sunday, but it's gonna be, my sister had never seen Superman 2, so we watched that one.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you guys check out that movie I told you to watch with Orlando Bloom?
No, not yet. Which one was it?
Deep Cover.
Yeah,
It's a fun movie. You
Okay.
should watch it. You'll like it. It's just fun. Like,
Did you say
like
it's
if
on
you-
Prime?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on Prime. And it's like if you just could use some fun in your life. Have you
Yes.
seen it, Verbal?
I haven't seen it.
Oh God, you gotta watch it. It's good. It's good.
It's called
Sean
Deep
Beam
Cover?
is in it. It's called Deep Cover.
Okay.
Sean Beam is in it. Orlando Bloom. You got the
I'll check it out.
redheaded chick. She's hot now. Like she lost weight. I don't know if that's Ozempic or what's going on
Wait,
with
which
her.
chick?
What's her name again? Hold on, let me pull it up. Bryce Dallas
Oh,
Howard.
Bryce Dallas Howard. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
she's like hot again. Like she lost a lot of weight in this
Oh, that's
movie.
cool. Yeah, I always thought she was kind of hot. Even when she was
She's
very
hot.
pretty.
She's very hot, especially in this movie. She looks really good. She's like definitely not overweight anymore. And it's got that guy from Ted Lasso, Nick Mohammed, which is, I mean, they made a good trio. It was a really funny movie. I really enjoyed it. So I recommend it. So Verbal Riot. You're such a riot. Tell everyone where they can find you and what you got coming up next.
Yeah. What do I have coming up? Well, you guys can find me at Verbal Riot on YouTube, Rumble, and X. And tomorrow I will be doing VRL 6 o'clock PST. I'll be talking about just the events of the week and things that have happened. And no guest this week. It's just going to be me because I feel like I haven't done that in a while. It's time to go old school.
Nice.
And yeah, we're going to just be talking about some things.
Nice. And TZ Burton says, does Sean Bean die in it? Look, I don't want to spoil it.
But yes.
But it's Sean Bean. So that's all I'm going to say. It's Sean Bean. So
It's in his contract. He has to die in everything.
You know the answer. Thank you guys again. It was super fun and we should do it again very soon. And as for me, you can find me on this channel this Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern, where I talk about good news and all things fun and good and just, lighthearted, because this world is going to hell in a handbasket. And we need to remind each other and ourselves that there's still good out there. And I do that every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern right here. So come and join me again for another one. And thank you again to all of you who super chatted, became a member, gifted membership, all that good stuff. Thank you for supporting the channel in the way you do, and the Rumble Rants too. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.